Hey everybody, how are y'all? Happy Memorial Day. I hope y'all are having a phenomenal holiday. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. We are here. I am back. I miss y'all. I hope all is well. But we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 8. And y'all, K. Michelle joined the wrong show. K. Michelle, this show is not for you. You are 2 episodes back to back where you're not making any sense and we are crashing out for no reason. That argument at Phaedra's house, no ma'am. This whole one-sided beef between you and Drew, you are aware that you don't have a leg to stand on. Drew has done nothing to you. This fight is nonsensical. You just look crazy. K. Michelle, this you have to be one of the biggest disappointments that we've seen in a long time. I had such high hopes, and girl, this ain't it. This ain't it. But come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Yeah, you're not the only one tired of K. Michelle. So am I. We're all tired. Yeah, and yes, this press tour that she's doing, she's not making herself look any better. I'm just surprised. She's making herself look worse. I don't know what she thinks that she's going to gain by trying to go after Drew and Porsha for no reason. This whole plot makes no sense. Just a hot mess, y'all. But come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yes, no, she is. No, literally, we see each other, friend. That meme that I always post on Twitter with that black lady talking to herself, having a full-blown argument with nobody on the bus, that is K. Michelle right now. That's how she looked last week. That's how she looked last night. She is giving, and she's talking to nobody, a full-blown fight in her mind. She is fighting against whatever she's hearing up here, and she's not based in reality. She is not rooted in the ground. I don't know where she's getting all this info from. I'm seeing people saying that, no, I believe that K. Michelle, got wind of some scheme because we all know how Porsha is. I'm not negating Porsha's past antics. I'm not negating Phaedra's low down ways as well. But right now, in this current moment, do I believe that there was a plot and a plan and a scheme to set her up? No, I don't. Two things can be true. Porsha and Phaedra are no saints, but at the same time, I don't believe that they were trying to sabotage K. Michelle. I believe that this is all in her mind. One of y'all made a great point that there might be some jealousy because K. Michelle might have thought that she was going to come in and dominate the show since she's a singer and was on a show before. I think that there could be some envy there that she's not being received as the most popular one. I think it's a bit jarring for her to come on a show and she's not the most famous one in the room. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, that's a good theory. Shout out to y'all who said that. I could see that being the case. But K. Michelle is acting in a very strange way, and it's alarming and it's jarring. And that's what I have to say about that. Okay? I think she wanted to take Porsha down and chose Drew for the easy reads. Yeah, and the reads aren't even landing against Drew because they don't make any sense. Drew's resume is more stacked than K. Michelle's. If we're being honest, if we're going to go band for band, Drew's career has spanned for over 20 plus years. So she's become insufferable. I agree. Hey, the Adam Earth, thank you for the super chat. Miss Yodel leaking booty juice is giving Floppiana. Nothing she says makes any sense. She's fighting with herself this season, clearly. Yes, she is. It's a fight with herself. But y'all, when we get to Miss Shamia's scene, so many thoughts. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I had the girls a bit shaken and stirred because I was like, her husband is 63 years of age, and the fact that he is pressing her for a son. You waited at this late date to be a father. He became a first-time father in his late 50s. You waited all this time to be a father, and you're not even happy with the kids that you already have. It's ridiculous. But we'll talk about that. I have thoughts. I'm going to let you know right now. When it comes to Shamia's portion, don't get in these comments talking crazy to me. It's my opinion. So I'm just keep it cute because some of y'all got kind of crazy with me on Twitter when I voiced my opinion. Okay? But yeah. It is on thin ice. It is on thin ice. And I think that's why she's so restless now, because Shamia is giving me somebody who's not settled in that marriage. If her antics, she's all over the place, it feels. I think that, I'm wondering if there are regrets because she can't, she can't be as free as she was when she was single. I don't know. It's hearing, how her husband has all of these issues now with her acting and this and that. It's a hot mess. Him not wanting to be filmed on the show, giving no energy when he is filmed for 2 seconds. A hot mess. A hot mess. So y'all, okay, so friend, we see each other. We see each other so when we get to Shamia's part, I'm letting you know right now. Keep it cute. I'm giving my opinion. I'm respectful about it. I don't call anybody out their names. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody's marriage. But in all fairness, though, when you put yourself out here on these shows, we are allowed to talk about it. And I'm always fair. I'm not going to get crazy about anything, but I will give my opinion. So I saw a few of y'all already got a bit crazy with me in those comments. Don't try it today on this Monday, okay? Are we good? All right, y'all. But guys, without further ado, let's just jump right on into it, honey, because we have a lot to talk about, a lot happening. Hey, Rich the Fish, thank you for the super chat. Shamia and her handmaiden's tale needs to stop. Jesus, Rich the Fish. Oh, we starting off in rare form off the gate, but I feel sorry for Shamia. And that scene in this episode, I said, I will not be surprised if we hear an announcement in the next 2 to 3 years, because that's what it's giving. The way she was sobbing in that confessional when she said, what if I can't give him a son? And she couldn't even finish her sentence and she had to leave the confessional. I said, yeah, if there is an announcement in the next 2 to 3 years, I won't be surprised. Yeah, it does give that. It does give that. It does give that. I do too. Yes, it gives that. All right, y'all. So let's jump into the episode, right? Now, in my opinion, we didn't need to start off this episode with Kelli. I thought this scene was a bit boring and went on too long, but Kelli is at the second location of Nana's Chicken and Waffles. She's having a sit down with her mom and her grandma. Now, shout out to her mom and her grandmother. That's a blessing that that the grandma is still here. She's sharp. She's funny. I liked Kelli's grandma a lot. She was adorable. Besides that, though, I don't have much to say. I did find the scene a bit boring. Okay. The mom is saying that business has been slow at the new location. The kitchen and the staff need training. The mom says it's been an experience for sure. So Kelli thanks her mom for holding things down. Her mom says, I would not trade places with you. And now Kelli says that the McDonough location is doing well, but the Sandy Springs location, not so much. She says, usually when they open a new location, they break even, they make money, but right now it's a bit different. Now, mind you, Kelli's in the confessional with the white t-shirt, and Kelli, I don't know what you thought this look was giving, but it didn't give what you thought it was going to gave, in the words of Rolling Ray. That this look wasn't it, because production had to stop you and say, girl, what are you wearing? And you were like, well, it's still high fashion. It's a Tom Ford t-shirt. I don't care if it's Tom Ford, Chanel, Hermes, Balmain, Fendi, Gucci, LV, Prada. The white t-shirt in the confessional, it wasn't hitting the way you thought it was. It wasn't. Yes, she just knew that she was going to eat down, and it didn't give that. So now Kelli goes on to say that when it comes to her finances, she did the calculations to finally file for child support, and she deserves well over $50,000. The fact that her husband is not in jail, well, no, he's been in and out of jail for not paying child support. The fact that this man is so raggedy that he won't pay up the child support is really sad. So now Kelli starts crying. She says that this whole thing is affecting her mental health. Every day it's another fight. Her grandma says, but you pray, you have the altar in your bedroom and you and your girls pray. It's a hurdle, not a roadblock. Her grandma's very encouraging. So Kelli says that she can't even film with her other daughters because of her narcissistic ex-husband. It's a tactic to keep her in line, to have control over her. Kelli, do you have any brothers or uncles? Do you have a nephew, somebody who can roll up on your ex-husband? Some things involve another man. And this is one of those times where, do you have a father, brother, nephew, uncle, somebody to go to your ex-husband's house? Because the fact that he is blocking your bag by having your girls not be able to film with you is nasty work. A mess. You said not a man in sight in her life. A mess. It's really sad. Kelli needs to call Tyrone ASAP. Yeah, call up Sheree's ex, Tyrone. I'm sure Tyrone's been in jail for over a decade. Well, he was in jail for over a decade, doing all sorts of fraud. Call him up. I'm sure if you slip him a cute $150 under the table, he'll take it and go pay your ex-husband a visit. Okay? Yes, honey, call up Pookie and them, somebody. He needs hands. Put hands and feet on him. He's very vindictive. He is vindictive. So now, Kelli says that she is dating somebody. Now, her grandma was funny. She was like, if you told me that you were pregnant, I was going to fall off this chair. So Kelli says, no, I'm dating. His name is Jarvis. We've been dating for a year. Jarvis is an alias. It's not his real name. So now she does call Jarvis up in her confessional. She says, where do we get Jarvis from? He says from Iron Man. So now production's like, hold on. Shouldn't we call him Tony Stark? Because Tony Stark had big pockets. So now they're going to call him Tony. We find out that she met Jarvis / Tony at a Hawks game. She didn't care for him at first, but they talked briefly, exchanged numbers, and they've been going out for a year. Now, 2 quick points. Kelli, we know that you're not picky when it comes to men because we see what your ex-husband looked like. So, I feel like anybody that you get with after your ex-husband is an improvement. Second of all, there's been a lot of shade thrown at other people about not being honest about what they're showing, in their life. Why are you keeping this man a secret? And on top of that, if you're having all these money problems, is Jarvis able to help you? Is he able to help put 50 on the light bill, on the mortgage, something? Because I just feel like if you want to tout this new man around as he's your lover and all that, the least that he could do is help put a few dollars on some bills for you and those babies. Just saying. Jarvis is probably married. You say he's married. Okay, we see each other. I'm just saying. All this talk about, I love Jarvis and that's my man. Baby, where's the money? Is there any money? Can he help you out with some money? I just feel like to be crying about financial issues, but then saying that you have a man, the two things just don't add up for me, but that's just in my opinion. Okay. So, yes, Kelli is dating and struggling. Okay. So now, baby, when I tell you Kelli's grandmother and I would be fast friends, when Kelli's grandma said, does he have a W-2 form? I fell out. I had to rewind that back. Kelli was like, oh, grandma, stop it. Don't do that. I said, no, Kelli, those are the important questions. Does he have a job? Does he have a job in this economy? What are we talking about here? Grandma was like, baby, I don't really care about him dicking you down. Does he have a job? First things first, you're over here crying to me and your mom about the light bill and the mortgage and the cars and the rent and all this stuff. I don't care about how good the sex is. Does he have a W-2 form? Does he feel a 1099? Does he have a job? Does he have legal income? I said, me and Kelli's grandmother, we see each other because exactly. Yeah, honey, grandma was not here for it. Grandma was like, baby, that's all well and good. He makes you happy. But what does that mean? Does he have a job? You said Kelli is a dingbat, honey. Grandma ate. Yes, no, it's true. Grandma said, I'm too old for the fluff. Get to the point, honey. She meant that, honey. She said, does he have a W-2 form? Nana Kelli said, where is the bag? Hey, hey, cool nerd. Thank you for the super chat. Tammy Roman has more acting awards than Drew Sidora. Really? I don't know about that because Drew Sidora has been acting. She was a child star. She was on That's So Raven, White Chicks, Step Up. So I don't know about all that. I don't know about Tammy Roman having more acting awards than Drew Sidora, but now, cool nerd, friend, I know you don't see it for Drew, but we're not going to lie on Miss Drew like that. Hey, Nikki Shaylee, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Brooke, I'll never understand older men who want to use younger women as breeding cows for children that they won't even be around to raise. Damn. Oh, Nikki emptied out the clip. Sir, you are 2 steps from glory and sing the Lord. Nikki, it's Memorial Day. It is Monday. Good Lord. No, I didn't say it, y'all. Nikki said it. I didn't say it. Shamia's people, I didn't say it. I just read a super chat, okay? Oh, Nikki said, I'm not doing it today, honey. Thank you, Nikki. Hey, Jim Jam, Sunny Love. Thank you for the super chat. Kelly's lucky Porsha is a reformed crash out. Exactly. Hey, the quintessential millennial. Thank you for the super chat. Kelly can go. We watch each other see affluent women argue, not broke, busted, and discuss the t-shirts in the confessionals. Yes. Hey, Pearson C. Thank you for the super chat. You said this new Jar's boyfriend is a distractor from the Kelly rumor about sleeping with a married man. I think so, too. It's a coincidence that all of a sudden there's a boyfriend now that Porsha has spilled that she's dating a married man. A mess. Child, listen, honey. Nikki, you told no lies. But Nikki, we're only 17 minutes in. I didn't realize you were going to empty out the clip like that already. I said, my God. Listen, honey, very much so. And my thing is this, the same way that we talk about Bose and Keely on Beverly Hills, when we say now, you're telling me that Keely waited until 50 years old to want to be a father and a husband. My thing is Gerald had ample time to be a father. You know, I'm just surprised that he waited so late in life to be married and have children. He was 58 when they had their first child. I think that, at that age, you should be grateful and thankful for the children that you do have. That's my 2 cents about it. So Nikki said, let's wrap this up. And did, honey. Nikki said, listen, we going to speak plain today, honey. No more beating around the bush. It is what it is. Is Shamia his first wife? I think so. I don't think that he was married before. I think that she is his first wife. So, and for all of y'all, I had no idea that so many of y'all did not know the age gap between Shamia and her husband. Shamia said it. She did an interview last year about how they're 20 years apart. So yes, she's 43, he's 63. And he actually turned 64, I think, a few months ago. But yeah, he was born in 62. Go Google it. He is, 20-year age gap between them. So he was already in his 50s when her and him got together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was shocked because they were all like, because a few people on Twitter were like, how do you know he's 60? I was like, because of this. And I pulled up the screenshots. They were like, oh, I thought you were just being silly. I said, no, I wasn't being dramatic. Like, no, he really is 63 years old. So, and Shamia did an interview about it last season about how they have a significant age gap. So you said you could tell he was older than her, though. You said, I had no clue he was 64. Wow, that's Cynthia Nini's age group. I agree with you about he needs several seeds demanding a son. So, honey, wait. He's old school and wants a son. He's not going to divorce her just yet. Jesus. I really hope that's not the case. Friend, I really hope that's not the case. It is very sad. You say he looks good. Yeah, he does look good for 64. He does. So, he should be happy. He has a beautiful family, a beautiful wife, beautiful daughters. Why can't you just be happy with that? Yeah, no, listen, and that's why, because men play a big factor in when it comes to conceiving. So I'm just kind of laughing at people trying to put the blame on her when it's like, no, at his age is probably the reason why they don't have is because of him. But let's just move on from that. But yeah, we see each other, friend. We see each other. So, child. So anyhow, we now see a short scene with K Michelle at the dentist, and she's getting some teeth removed. Now, hold on. Was K Michelle getting veneers? Was there something? Is there a root canal? Why was she getting her teeth removed? She didn't say what the reason was. But was it gingivitis? Like, what was? Let me know in the comments. I don't understand why she kept saying she's getting her teeth removed. Is there like a wisdom teeth removal? Is it like what's going on there? But child. So now she says it's just hitting her that her teeth are coming out of her mouth. And then her husband says that he's excited to see this work being done. You guys are so silly. You guys are so silly. She has veneers already. This scene could have been left on the drawing board. I agree. You guys you guys are so silly. So you guys are hilarious. The dental scene was weird. So anyhow, K Michelle says that her husband says he's excited to see the dental work get done, and now she says, I thought you were going to say that you were excited to see these teeth out, and I was like, I don't want you to see me like that. So now her husband says that honestly, friends and family make the worst patients. And K Michelle says that I don't think that I've done anything that's been a whole lot in your office. And her husband says, you make me nervous. So now K Michelle's like, oh, well, that's a good thing, right? That I make you nervous. The way he was staring at her in disgust, I do not see any chemistry on his end. I feel like every time they interact, it's always K Michelle trying to get him to seem like he cares for her and that there's affection there. Like when she bought the house, when she looked to go see her new house, and she was like, oh, pick me up, carry me over the threshold. I feel like instinctively, wouldn't your man want to pick you up? It just feels like she's always instructing him on how to treat her. It's very much so. That's why I always say women don't shoot your shots, because when you shoot your shot, when you get to pursue a man, you're always going to be pursuing him and telling him what to do, telling him how to treat you. You don't want that. It's like it's always like I feel like she's always like, give me a kiss, hold my hand. He doesn't instinctively do it because it's like she's not the one for him. Just a mess. But I've noticed that every time they interact, it's always her saying, don't you love me? Or don't you hold my hand, give me a hug. It's like he doesn't think to do it on his own. A mess, a hot mess. It's just, yes, he seems uninterested. I agree. Very forced. It's very sad. She's been pursuing him since middle school. Very sad. So now K Michelle starts bringing up the Dallas trip. She says that it was a lot, but she kept her calm. And I love how her husband was like, would everybody in the group agree with that assessment? Like, would they all say that you were calm? I said, no, K Michelle, that is a bold-faced lie. The way you had a complete meltdown and crashed out at that table in Dallas, nobody would say that you were calm. Just being very honest. So now K Michelle says, well, they wouldn't agree with anything. It's a very weird dynamic in this group. It's a weird dynamic because you're making it weird. You're creating problems that don't exist for no reason. So now she says after Dallas, she understood who was in every plot and every scheme against her. And we see a flashback that 2 days ago, she went to a pottery class with Phaedra and Kelli. They were discussing what happened in Dallas, and Phaedra is confused to hear that K Michelle thought that her, Porsha, and Drew were trying to set her up. Because Phaedra even says, wait, no, I'm the boogeyman. How did she get that? Now, Bravo, here is where I have issues with y'all. Why did you guys think that it made sense to show us the Kelli scene with her and her mom and grandma, but not show us the scene with K. Michelle, Phaedra, and Kelli at Pottery, where they're discussing all the drama that happened on the trip? Wouldn't that make more sense to show us the scene with them hanging out, talking about the aftermath of the trip? Like some things that you guys do, I don't understand who's in the room when it comes to making the edits, because I feel like anybody with common sense would say, let's show the aftermath of the trip and show K. Michelle talking to Phaedra and Kelli. Why are we getting that as a flashback scene for only 2 seconds? And that's why I feel like production drops the ball at times, because some of the decisions that y'all make don't make sense. I feel like that pottery class was a crucial moment in what happened later on in the episode. Why do y'all cut out the best scenes that we actually need, but yet you keep these stupid fluffy scenes that don't have anything to do with anything? It's very annoying. And that's why I feel like you guys, the story feels kind of choppy when we're getting certain scenes and crucial scenes as flashbacks and not as the actual standalone scenes like they should be. Just saying. They're saving it for the reunion. I don't know. Trifling, truly original. It made no sense. It's ridiculous. I can't stand how they do that. And they use that sneak peek of the pottery class a few more times in this episode too, which just told me that you guys dropped the ball in not including that scene. That should have been the first scene instead of Kelli's scene with her mom and grandma. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's got to stop. Now, guys, I do want to give a big thank you to today's sponsors of the recap, and that is Jones Road Beauty. Y'all know I love makeup. Y'all know I love my skin to glow. And baby, when I tell you the Jones Road Miracle Balm is that girl, and you can see it for yourself right here in the ad read. Y'all know that I love makeup, I love all things beauty, and Jones Road Beauty is absolute perfection. I love to feel sexy with a nice fresh face, and when I tell y'all the Jones Road Miracle Balm is my favorite. I use it all the time, and I love that glow, especially with the warmer months approaching. Summer is around the corner. I want to feel like I was on a beach getting tan every single day. And the shade that I'm wearing is Golden Hour. And I know the name alone, right? Doesn't it feel like summer? You can also use the Miracle Balm as a highlighter, bronzer, blush, and lip tint too. It's the ultimate no-fuss multitasker. And the best part about it, all Jones Road formulas are clean and high performing, because clean beauty is a no-brainer. And another great product that I think is awesome is the Jones Road Beauty Foundation Stick. You'll love how it gives you medium to full coverage without ever looking cakey or heavy. And the best part, it's available in 30 shades to match a wide range of skin tones. Modern day makeup that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for effortless routines. For a limited time, my listeners are getting a free gift on their purchase when they use Brooke at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use Brooke at checkout. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support my show and tell them that my show sent you. Again, a very special thank you to Jones Road Beauty. All the information is down below in the description box. Use my code Brooke for your free gift at checkout, y'all. And they're also having a Memorial Day sale, weekend sale that ends, I think, tonight. So definitely check them out, y'all. They have great products. I love how my skin glows and feels. So yes, honey. Thank you again to Jones Road Beauty. And now we're back to the recap, okay? So, like I was saying, we have K. Michelle talking about, she says that she's willing to deal with Phaedra because Phaedra knows when to say, I'm not in it. She knows when to tap out. She says, it turns me on to know that Phaedra knows not to play with me. I really hate to, when I say this, I'm not being funny. There's no shade, but I really feel like some help needs to be had. That, like, there's no other way for me to say it. There, some help needs to be had. I was confused by that statement. I don't know what, I'm speechless, y'all. I'm just speechless. So now not Phaedra, K Michelle says, well, no, we have the dental assistant come out. Her name is Bree, beautiful woman. And K Michelle's like, oh, you are so pretty. So Bree's like, oh yeah, you are too. Thank you so much. So now K Michelle says, you couldn't be his dental assistant. I wouldn't have it. So I'm confused because just 5 days ago, you were on Shannon Sharp's show here on YouTube, Club Shay Shay, and you sat down in front of Mr. Sharp and you told him that it's okay for your husband to cheat and sleep with other women as long as he doesn't pay bills. And how you enjoy watching your husband with other women. You get turned on by that, right? That really wets your whistle, no pun intended. So I'm confused as to how you could say that, he couldn't, she couldn't be his assistant. You wouldn't have that. But I'm confused. 1 minute is, I don't care if he pokes other women, just as long as he don't pay any bills. I'm just confused. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I just don't know what to say. Very much so. Very much so. You said, well, as an employee, he would be paying her bills. Oh, well, that's a good point. Yes. Remember in the cartoons when they would get into a fight and when the fight was over, the cartoon character who lost the fight, their cheeks would be like black and blue. They'd have those marks. That's exactly what I can't. I'm they would have those tic-tac-toe patches on their cheeks. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, you can't make this up. So anyhow, we move on to Porsha, Angela, Phaedra, and Drew meeting up for a cute girl dinner. I will say now, Phaedra, this red hair on you, this is it. Like, I like this. I really do. I'm loving that color. Keep this red. I think the red suits her more than the platinum blonde. Like, that red on Phaedra. I said, now Phaedra, I can always give the girls their 10s. I'm gonna give you your 10s because that hair color, I like that on her. So now, mind you, Angela and Phaedra arrived to the dinner first. So Angela's like, oh my gosh, you look so good. Phaedra says, would you believe it? I just got off the plane from New York this morning. This is my look from yesterday. I just put some powder on it to spruce up. So Phaedra says, ever since Angela saved my life from the wild Mustang on the trip, we might be able to have a friendship. Then she says, she's also looking more young and youthful. Now, Phaedra, do you think that we don't remember what you looked like when you came on the show? Stop. You were 37 going on 65. You gave homely, frumpy, church lady wigs. Stop. Like the big, thick frame. Like, stop. Just stop. The big, librarian-esque glasses. Just the clothes were Dress Barn, Chico's. It was like Sutton Strack, just in black. Like, stop. It was very much senior citizen. There was nothing youthful and spry and sexy. Now, yes, you have done a 180. We love to see it. But we're not going to sit here and act like you were not the epitome of youth. You weren't. Like, I was shocked to learn that you were only 37 when you joined the show, because I thought you were 47 when you joined the show. But just the jabs about Angela looking old, Phaedra, just stop. We still remember. Yes, JCPenney back room. No, it's true. Yes, Talbot's. Yes, casual corner. Yes, very much, very matronly. You said Bobby Brown circa 1992. No, oh, Harriet Winslow. You guys, I'm not doing this with y'all today. You said Macy's backstage. It was giving blue plate special. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. You guys are so silly. Oh my gosh, you guys are y'all not Florida Evans. Oh no. You said Piccadilly. Oh my goodness, you guys are so silly. Oh my gosh. You guys, the catalog clothing Cynthia used to model for. Oh my gosh. No, you were typing Esther Roll. You guys, I can't. I can't. You guys, we're trying to be good today. Everybody calm down. Goodness. Pentecostal special. Yes, very much so. You guys, please. Oh my gosh. You guys are so silly today. It was giving Chico's, very much Burlington Coat Factory. Yes, the choir practice special. You said you started this, Brooke. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. You said fish fry Fridays, church usher number 3. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all, let's move on. You Macy's clearance sale. Oh my gosh. You guys are so silly. Now Brooke's starting the whacking and saying that we need to stop. You said Kojic, honey. The Old Navy after church, honey. No, Miss Dom, don't do it. Miss Dom, please. Miss Dom, please. Please. You remember what happened in that live 4 months ago? A mess. Had Jameer all messed up. Jameer had to pour a double of the Don Julio. Please don't even bring that back up, please. Y'all see? No, please don't do it, because all hell broke loose. Please, please don't delete it. Delete it. Delete it, honey. Delete it. Oh, my, don't even say the initials, honey, please. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I think she left. I think she's upset. I think she's gone after what happened, because we were shocked. We couldn't believe what happened. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yo, please. No, yeah. Oh my gosh. So anyhow, we have Porsha and Drew arrive, and Angela says, "Oh, by the way, I have to go to the airport because my daughter's in a fashion show." And we see pictures of her daughter Arlie. When I tell you, we need to see more of Angela's other kids. They are just adorable. She's just so cute. I said, good for her. She's in a fashion show. That's really nice. So now, and you know what's funny? Because Angela always talks about her oldest daughter, I feel like I forget that she has 3 other children. She has 4 kids. So I always forget that there's 3 other kids besides the oldest daughter, because we only see the oldest daughter. So anyhow, she says she's excited. It's her 3rd year in a row of doing New York Fashion Week. So again, good for her daughter. We need to see more little Black girls on the runways. Love it. Okay, yeah. So we always, I thought she only had 1 kid. Yep, she has 4 kids. So now you said maybe she's waiting for the children to make up their own mind about TV. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. So now Porsha says that she needed rest after the Dallas trip. Phaedra says, "Not me, honey. I was in the room." So now they start laughing about that shade that Angela threw about her not being in the rooms. So now Phaedra, we see a clip that Phaedra put on her Instagram. She's in the Emmy press room, And she says, I am in the rooms, Angela. They have a cute key about that. I'm happy to see that Phaedra and Angela, they're cool. They're becoming friends. They can get along and joke about what happened last year. So now Phaedra says, you guys know that my sound bath event is on Friday. I'm excited. She says, I know the women need this because after Dallas, there was a lot of chaos and foolishness. If Jesus can't fix it, maybe I can. So now she says, I want to get down to the bottom of what happened before the party. A few days ago, myself, Kelli, and K. Michelle went out to a pottery class. And if I'm being honest, and she says, and K. Michelle feels like there's a scheme to embarrass her. Now, just like I said before, that pottery scene would have been a crucial piece to, I feel like, the rest of the episode and what happened with K. Michelle going crazy for no reason. But I feel like, Bravo, please stop cutting out the best parts that we want to see and stop leaving in the fluff. That pottery scene should have been shown, period. We could have cut out the Kelli scene for sure. That was 6 minutes of nothing. It was dead air, in my opinion. So now, Phaedra says, I asked her, what's the scheme? And she said that, it's about Porsha and Drew. Drew says that makes no sense. Where is the receipt? Where is the evidence? Who is telling her this? So Phaedra says somebody is definitely in her ear telling her something. Porsha had me yelling. Porsha was like, it's the voices in her head that are telling her this. Porsha, you and I, we see each other because that's what I think too. We're on the same page. So now Porsha's like, I'm badgering you, asking who is bothering you, and it's me the whole time. You're talking about me. Why would I do that? She says I cared about her future, but if you're going to turn around and decide that I'm the problem, the only thing I'm plotting on is your happiness. The fact that she's turning this all on me, I don't know what's going on. So Porsha says, shame on me for holding you down like a big sister. Now, Porsha, I had to laugh because you and K. Michelle are the same age. But I digress. So she says it's very childish. You want another level of friendship, but you're not ready for it. And she says, I'm no longer ready to handhold this girl. And Phaedra's like, well, you're the bully, bitch. So Porsha says, am I the bully? Like, is it me? Am I the bully? So Drew's like, am I the drama? And they all start laughing. Now, I am in full agreement with Porsha. Like, I was asking you repeatedly in Dallas, who is giving you problems? Who is plotting against you? Is it them? Is it her? Is it her? Is it me? Let me know. Say what you want, but in last week's episode, when that whole meltdown happened at the table, you could see that Porsha was not faking. She was very sincere, and she was very much like, K. Michelle, I want you to talk to me. Let me know, how can I help you, right? I would be pissed. We would not speak again if here I am helping you get on the show. I'm standing 10 toes down in your corner. And now here you are accusing me of plotting and scheming on you. And you don't even have the balls to tell me that you think it's me. We would have an issue. And I felt Porsha when she said, you know what? The hand holding is over. I'm done with this. I can't do it with her anymore. It gets to a point, and we're at that point. I see it. You said Porsha be lying, but I'm on her side with this one. I agree. You said it's a sad day when I'm on Porsha's side. Porsha did seem so sincere. She did seem sincere. It is a betrayal, because how can you do this? For you to sit up there, I'm really trying to make sure that you're okay. I care about you. I want to get to the bottom of things. And now for you to sit up there and say that I'm plotting on your downfall, I'm plotting on your demise. You got it. And like I told you on the last episode, I don't believe in arguing with crazy folks. So if I feel like you're unhinged or have erratic behavior, you're liable to do and say anything. You got it. I'm not going to fight you on anything. You think that I'm the one trying to plot on you? You got it, sis. I'm going to back away slowly, fade off into the bushes like that Homer Simpson meme, and we will never speak again. So no one's doing it. I'm just, who has the time? Yes, it is foolish to argue with fools. It's true. It's true. So now, yeah, shout out to everybody. I have fun. Very much so. So now we do see a cute scene with Porsha at home. She walks into PJ's room and says, "I have a surprise for you girls." And mind you, Portia's niece, Bailey, Lauren's daughter, is also there too. The girls are adorable. I feel like all the housewives have such cute kids. Just adorable, right? So anyhow, and it's so crazy because I remember when Lauren was pregnant and I was like, wow, her daughter's already 9 years old. Like time really flies. And PJ's what? PJ's 6 or 7. I said, wow, remember how Porsha was pregnant? And now look at that. Her daughter's already in school and all that. So anyhow, Porsha says that her daughter wants to get a lizard as a pet. So Porsha has a surprise for her and her cousin. She's going to have an animal handler come with a snake for them to see the snake and pet the snake. Yes, PJ's room is so cute. So now we have Porsha's mom and sister in the living room. They're chatting. Porsha says that Dallas was a lot. We were there for Cynthia's gala. We all flew in for it. Mike flew in. And so Diane's like, oh, okay, Mike's making some points. Now, we don't have to play this game. We know that Mike was hired for TV. I don't believe that Porsha was ever into Mike like that. What money does Mike have? Like, let's be so honest. We know that, I know good and well that Porsha was not seriously looking at Mike as a suitor. I know, like, maybe a cute fling for like a few weeks, but a real boyfriend, a real relationship, no. I don't see it. Diane is so easily impressed. I agree. You said Duke 2.0 from season 8. Oh my gosh. Well, no, at least Duke was a football player. He has some money. Mike is, bopping around from, the Bell Collective to Love in Huntsville. He's on the OWN network shows, Ready to Love. He's bopping around from, C-list TV show to C-list TV show. So use him in bed for a toss and turn and toss him aside. You guys are so sick. Portia's not into Mike. Oh, who was? Ty is starting. Ty, you see Ty? Wait, who was Ty? Who? Duke was? Who? Ty, don't get this live shut down, friend. I am screaming. You said Mike was paid talent. Exactly. The country will be ending soon. You see Ty just starting, child. So anyhow, no, he wasn't on the Bell Collective. I was being silly, but he was on Ready to Love on. So anyhow, she says that the deal breaker for Mike is that he wants to have a baby and she can't say that she wants a baby 100%. And that's his deal breaker. She says that if I tell him that, he's going to leave. Porsha, we know good and well that you are not into Mike like that. And you damn sure will not be having that man's baby because you'll be the breadwinner if you stay with Mike. So this whole conversation was so silly to me. So now Lauren goes on to say that Mike called her while she was away. He was crashing out, saying that he hadn't spoken to Porsha in 3 days. That's why he sent a mariachi band to her house. So we see that he did send a mariachi band to her driveway. Listen, Mike, who paid for this mariachi band? We know that you need every single dime, and you're spending your last to get a mariachi band for Porsha, who Porsha's not feeling you like that. I said, Mike, save the rest of your coins for for your bills, okay? You said lies for the camera. You said NBC paid. The mariachi band was really cute, but I said, Mike, save the little coins that you have left, okay? Mike wants his full compensation. Crashing out because his payments haven't come in yet. He was probably on that phone with Lauren saying, Lauren, do you know when she's going to pay me? He probably said, all I got from NBC was craft services and a gas card. When is the check coming? And I hope, and some of these companies, they'll pay you either net 30, net 60, or net 90. Now, net 30 means you get paid 30 days out. Net 60 is 60 days out. Net 90 is 90 days out. So I hope that he wasn't getting paid net 90 by NBC Universal. A mess. A hot mess. He probably said, okay, now I filmed the first episode. That was 5 weeks ago. So when am I getting this money? When am I getting my check? Just a mess. He had a Klarna payment due in 48 hours. It's net 180 at this point. His bus pass is still in the mail. Oh, no. We've got a shooter for Mike in the chat. They say he makes 7 figures. All right. Come on, Mike's people. We have Mike's people in the chat, honey. Well, all right. God bless. Congratulations. Happy birthday. I'm happy to hear that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Y'all have me in tears today. So anyhow, you say he didn't get paid, honey. Oh my Lord. Now, Mike's people, calm down. These are just jokes. We're just having a good time. Relax. Don't get crazy because you will be escorted out. So, all right. You said everybody got people. Lord have mercy. Mike does not make more than Porsha Williams, please. Exactly. You guys have me screaming. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Let's move on. But Porsha says that when the mariachi band came to the house, Dennis pulled up unexpectedly. She said that he lives a stone's throw away from her. They live really close to each other. He pulled a Kanye. Now, I didn't know that Dennis lived close to her. I thought that Dennis lived like 45 minutes away, but who knew that he lived so close? So she says, so anyway, Sway's been calling and she asked me, are you still dating somebody else? And I told her yes. She says it was uncomfortable for me because I do like to lock in. When we had Taco Tuesday the other night, I did say Mike is my boyfriend. She says, but her and I went on a deeper conversation, not surface level. Mike and I need to do the same thing, but I'm scared because if I tell him that I don't want a baby, he said that it's over. Porsha, you are not trying to have Mike's baby. We can just stop this right now. Like, just stop. So now, Lauren says, well, doesn't Sway want a baby? And Portia's like, well, Sway can have a baby. Like, don't forget. Like, I could not stop laughing. I said, Porsha had me screaming with that. So Lauren's like, well, Mike can get a surrogate. So Portia's like, well, that's the thing, getting the eggs out. So Lauren's like, well, does the baby have to look like you? Portia's like, what do you mean? Use somebody else's egg? She says, well, give me your egg, Lauren. You got one left for me. So now Lauren's like, you have taco night and movie night. Who are you choosing? Porsha says that she can't choose right now. And now we have the animal handler come with the snake. And I thought it was so adorable because Lauren's daughter, Portia's niece, she was like, oh, the snake feels like a purse. I said, that's right, girl. Train him up young, honey. She said, this feels like a new Birkin, honey. A new Python Birkin. I was here for it. But that was a really cute scene, right? So now we get to Shamia. Shamia is at the surrogate's office, and it's her surrogate who I think had the failed transfer last year, mind you. So Shamia is obviously having a rough day. She's emotional. We see Kelli's there to join her for moral support. Now, I feel like if you're going to meet up with your surrogate to talk about the egg transfer, wouldn't your husband, who's pressuring you to have another child, shouldn't he be there with you? I feel like if I were Shamia, I'd be like, now you want us to have another baby, a son preferably. You should be here. Why am I going alone with my friend? I'm just a mess. Him not being there was very alarming to me, because if you're so serious about us having a son, your behind needs to be here. A mess. Now, I will say, despite how I feel about Kelli and Shamea, I do believe that they do have a real friendship, and that was very sweet of Kelli to show up for moral support. So the minute that Kelli hugs her, Shamea's already in tears. She says she's had a rough time, a rough day. She says that she felt the need to have a meeting with her new surrogate. They've had five failed transfers, and they only have one male embryo left. They have to be sure. She says, I want to be sure that if it doesn't take, she knows that it's all in God's plan. Respectfully, how many signs do you need? But let me just be quiet. Let's just move on. I'm not going to keep asking God for the same thing over and over. Like, let's just move on. Let me move on. Let's move on from that. All right, we see. Okay, so we see each other. We see each other. Okay, we see. Okay, we see. All right, I appreciate y'all. Because sometimes I feel like, am I crazy? So it's nice to know that we all see each other. I agree. And that, okay, all right, we see each other. So anyhow, Shamea says she knows how much he wants a son. The last time they went to the doctor said there's like a 2 to 4% chance, and all he could say was, but like it could still happen, right? So she says, so no, Kelli says, don't worry about the what, because God has you. So now Shamea says, if this last embryo doesn't take, then we may have to adopt. We haven't even had these conversations. So now she starts crying, and it gets so bad that she leaves the confessional to have a moment. I felt so bad. I said, her crying like that when she said, what if it doesn't take? Like, what if this does not work out? Those tears, listen, those tears said everything that I needed to know. Those tears, when she paused and said, you know what, I can't even, can I get up? I need to take a break, and like dab my face. I said those tears gave very much, this marriage is over if he does not get the son that he wants. A mess. Very sad. That's what it seems like. I said a mess. Listen, listen. A mess. It's thank you. That they haven't had the conversations about adoption or what if, because remember how she tried to ask him a few episodes ago when they were in the closet and he just like walked away. That she means that he doesn't want to even think about, he doesn't want to entertain the idea of what if it doesn't take, what if she has to use a donor egg, what if they have to adopt. He doesn't want to hear that. He just wants what he wants, and he doesn't want to go the adoption route. So that's what she meant. Like, but that's my thing though. That's how you know that things are downhill, when your spouse does not want to have the hard conversations of what if. Thank you. Okay, when I tell y'all, I love y'all so much because y'all are saying what I want to say out loud. Y'all, we are on the same page. Y'all are saying what I have been thinking for a long time. Yes, there is no what if for him. It's terrible. No, it's terrible. Listen, child. You said Hey, ICJ, thank you for the super chat. Porsha should have mopped Kelli. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. I promise. He's very misogynistic. He's the one that waited 72 years. I agree. I feel sad for her doing all this for him when yeah, like it's really sad. It's really sad. He's very selfish. What if it's in the prenup? Oh, I hope she didn't sign any prenup like that. Goodness. That's sad. Well, no, that's not true though. There you have men who they might want one, but I think that you have men who are like, you know what, as long, I want as long as I want, healthy kids and I don't care about the gender. I think you have men out there who don't mind if, who are going to be happy regardless, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like at some point, when is it enough? Like you should be happy with what if you get boys or girl. You might want one all you want, but at some point it's like, well, you know what? I have my beautiful daughters and I love my girls. I'm a girl dad. That's what it has to be. It's terrible. To be fair, men who want kids don't wait for their 60s. Okay, thank you. Let's talk about that for a minute. If he was so bent on having a son, why did he do this earlier? He waited until his late 50s to settle down and get married and have kids. When I tell y'all, we see each other. My uncle loves his 3 girls. Yes. We see each other. My daddy loves his girls. My brother loves his healthy girls. Like a real man loves his children. Yes, exactly. Exactly. We see each other. I feel sorry for Shamia too. I feel very sorry. Was he married previously? I don't think so, because I remember in the first episode last season when she first joined as a full-time, and she said, I vetted him and I was like, do you have any kids? Were you married before? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh God, it's a miracle. Like, never been married, no baby mamas, no kids, no ex-wives. So no, according to Shamia, he's not been married previously. So, now one of y'all made a comment. One of y'all just made a comment. Two of y'all made comments, and we see each other. We see each other. I'm so sorry, but that's kind of bogus to me. The way, you have men out there who, the way a lot of women throw themselves at men, the way women are always looking for a good man. He could have been married a long time ago. Like I'm being very honest. You have women out there who would have loved to have been scooped up by, like, because of the money alone. When it comes to men not being married or even engaged by a certain age, I was taught by my dad that is a red flag. A man who's ever been married by like 40, 45, your first time marriage at 58 as a man, I'm just saying, friend, he could have, okay, we see each other. We see each other. Yes, they do. No matter what they look like, it's true. It's true. So very much so about with Keely and Bose on Beverly Hills. Keely is going to be a first-time husband, and want to be a first-time father at 50. So I'm just saying, y'all. Hey, Miss Lee Carter, thank you for the super chat. Gerald and his Jurassic seeds need to stop pressuring her. I'm screaming. He also needs to be at these appointments since he wants it so bad, giving zero support. I agree, because I think it's unacceptable that he wasn't at this meeting, at this appointment, and Kelli was. That was unacceptable to me. Hey, Shorty Doo-Wop, thank you for the super chat. Defending Gerald is supporting the patriarchy. Listen. Hey, Chame Inc., thank you for the super chat. I'm going to be 60. This man wants what he wants, and he went with a younger woman thinking it was going to be easier. That's why he's pushing her. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Chame. I agree. He definitely thought that he was going to have his son by now. Hey, Jamila, thank you for the super chat. You said we see each other. Hey, Sweet Honey X, thank you for the super chat. Gerald should have been there to support his wife, especially since he's the one forcing his son on Shamia. She seems in fear if the egg fails. I feel so bad. When she started crying like that, I felt horrible for her. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. Brooke, can you elaborate on the significance of the 3 nets? Is there a reason why there's a 30 or 90? First I'm hearing about it, net pay. We can talk about that another time. Maybe at the end, only because I don't want to like take so long. You know what I'm saying? But Dark Child, I will answer your question after we wrap this up. I promise. I got you. I'll break it down for you. Okay. So I didn't forget. I will break it down for you. Hey, JJ, thank you for the super chat. Shamia will be changing Gerald's diapers in a few years. He'll be the male baby. Damn, JJ, damn. Jesus. So anyhow, Shamia says she's having a bad day. She says, I'm trying to do all these things. I want to do some more acting. I want to pursue that more. She says he just shared with me recently that he was uncomfortable watching me on screen with another man. So she's like, I have to respect that because he is my husband and I love him. So Kelly's like, wait, you're going to quit acting because he wasn't happy with that scene? So Shamia says that there was a movie that she did. There was a passionate lovemaking scene. At first, he was all supportive of it. She did a great job. Then in the next breath, he said that he didn't like it. He wasn't here for it. He's had a change of heart. She's like, what's happening? When were you going to tell me this? So Kelly's like, she says, I want you to know I respect Gerald, but you do have a life outside of him and you do have a career. And I don't know if he'd want you to stop your career just for him. Now, Kelly, are you not understanding it? This man wants her to do exactly that. Like, what are we talking about? This man wants her to give up what she has going on. I want to say something, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I feel sorry for Shamia, and I'm going to leave it there. I feel very sorry for her. Now, I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. I feel bad. I feel really bad. A mess. A mess. Kelly, I completely understand you being in your friend's corner, giving her advice, but in this case, you're not understanding the severity of the situation. Like, you're not understanding that if she does continue to do what she wants to do, they probably will be divorced. So you saying, well, no, don't give up your career and you do have a life outside of him. The way Shamia was sobbing let me know that, like, babe, you just don't get it. Like, everything is contingent on this son and me quitting my passions. A mess. Yes. A mess. I said, Kelly, stop being so naive. Stop being so naive. No, I don't think that she was out of line. I think that she was offering support, but like, she just doesn't get it. She doesn't understand what Shamia is going through and the kind of marriage that she's in. Like, I feel like if Shamia were in, like, I don't want to say like a regular marriage. Let me just, yeah, I just feel bad. I don't think that I don't think Kelly meant any harm with that. She didn't read the room. She was just like, yeah, she was being supportive. Like, no, she wasn't. She wasn't out of line. Like, she was trying to be supportive. Yes, not out of line, just delusional. I agree. I agree. If this were a loving marriage, then I could see you saying that. So, well, that's why I'm not saying what I want to say, because I feel like the married folks gonna say, you don't understand. So that's why I'm keeping quiet on what I really want to say about the situation, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. But personally, I think that Kelly's heart was in the right place. I don't think that she was out of line. I think that she's just delusional about what their setup is. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and I don't feel like battling anybody because I have my opinions, and when we talk about certain things, I'm not. When folks say, "Well, that's tradition and that's culture," I don't believe that. I don't. Let's just move on. Let's move on. Let's move on for this turns because let's just move on for a turn because y'all know I have very strong opinions about certain things, and I don't believe in all that because it's how I'm very much like. I don't care that people did it that way for hundreds of years. You're not going to do X, Y, and Z to talk to me. Like I don't. You know how I am. I'm very opinionated. So let's just move on. Save it for the live show. Yes, maybe I'll do that. Child. Yeah, you feel me? This is live show content. Yes, yes, yes. The married folk need to stop being so sensitive when people call out problematic dynamics in marriages. Oh no, I agree with you, but because of I'm seeing the comments about the cultural aspect and I have thoughts about that. So I don't feel like if I say what I want to say, I might blow the whole live apart and I don't feel like fighting. So I'm gonna just some things are better left unsaid. Don't need to be said out loud on here. So let's just move on. But yes, I agree with you. But there's two other elements of this. So let's just move on in peace. So no, you're right. You're right. But like how sometimes you just want peace. I just want peace today. There are days where I don't mind going toe to toe and arguing, but today I'm usually in a good mood. I just don't feel like going back and forth today. So that's why I'm like, let's move on. You get what I'm saying? So yes, honey, wishing Shamia the best. All I have to say is Godspeed. Godspeed, God bless. That's it, and that's all. That's all I got. Yeah, honey, peace be still. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's true. It's true. So I appreciate y'all. We just want, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Some days you just don't want to tussle. And this today, congratulations, happy birthday. So oh God. Oh, Nikki shaking the table today. Now, Nikki, love you down. I'll thank you for the super chat. I said, let's just move on. Nikki, I feel you. We are here. We are one. But let's just move on to greener pastures and to sunnier days. Hey, Belle of the Ball, thank you for the super chat. We see each other, Brooke. Definitely. Yes, honey. Said and unsaid. Yes, we see each other. We see each other. Hey, Ari the Cappy, thank you for the super chat. It seems like Gerald has no interest in how Shamia grows as a person. He only sees her as a baby-making machine and to cater to his needs. It's terrible. We'll talk, Ari. We will talk. We see each other. Hey, Candid but Sweet, thank you for the super chat. I think if Shamia had a good prenup, she would be looking to leave. I agree. Child. Yeah, honey, next case. Next caller, honey. Yes, honey, move along, Claudia. We all see each other. Yeah, honey, Nikki wants to fight. Nikki, if I was in a fighting mood today, we would be talking about it, but let's just move on. So anyhow, Shamia's former surrogate comes out to greet them. They go in for their meeting and she's like, wait, where's Gerald? I don't see him anymore. So Shamia's like, he doesn't want to be on the cameras. He was not trying to be filmed. I think, again, it's some nerve for you to be pressuring her, and you're not going to show up. He should have been in that seat next to her, period. So now, Shadina, the surrogate, is explaining how they had a failed transfer last time, but they have the new surrogate. She says, we're going to do a new transfer this time. And Shamia says, no pressure, but this is the last male embryo that we have. So now Shadina's asking, would she consider purchasing eggs to create more embryos? So Kelli's asking if she could get her sister to give her an egg. And Shamia's like, wait, that's weird. Now the juxtaposition between Porsha asking for her sister's egg and then Shamia kind of scoffing at the thought of taking her sister's egg was hilarious to me, because I said two different reactions. Shamia is in such a bind that she's not trying to hear anything other than this transfer is a success. That's it. It's clear that she doesn't want to hear about any other options about donor eggs or her sister's eggs or purchasing eggs. She just wants this one to work. She is contingent on this. That's a lot to put on anybody. Because even Shadina was like, listen, I can't guarantee a miracle. We're going to try our best and hope for the best and give it to God. And that's it. That's all. So now, anyhow, we now have a short scene with Kelli. She's at home with her daughter, Chloe, goes to Spelman. She gives her daughter the college basket that she made up with Shamia in episode 1. We're not even going to go back to that, because that college basket brought out tussling. I said, baby, we can't talk about anything without it being a little argument sometimes. Let's move on along. I thought the basket was cute. Let's move on. Let's move on. So Kelli's like, do you know what this is? And Chloe's like, yeah, these are condoms, Mom, for sex. I know all about that. Thank you. So now Kelli says Chloe being away from home is hard for her. She wants to make sure that she's okay, even though she's only 30 minutes away. So now Chloe's like, Mom, what were you doing in college? Kelli was like, girl, don't worry about all that, okay? So Chloe's like, well, you had me. And so Kelli says, well, I had you after graduation. So Chloe was like, girl, it was fast. Okay. Like, you were out here zipping it and zooming it, girl. Like, you had me right after college. You were obviously doing something. All right. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on this scene. Not a whole lot happened. I will say, though, I thought it was funny when Kelli wanted her to sign that college agreement. And Chloe was like, Mom, can we add in this contract that I can get a car if my grades are good? And Kelli was like, girl, we're not doing all that. Now, y'all thought I was joking and being silly on Twitter last night, but I said, Chloe, darling, your mom is in dire financial straits. There is no money for a car, baby. You're going to need to hop on the MARTA and call it a day. Uber X if Kelli has a few extra dollars, but to expect a car when your mom is about to file for bankruptcy, the restaurant is shut down, money problems out the ass, it's just not realistic, okay? Also, Kelli, this also lets me know that the money was already messed up when you joined this show, and that the whole stuff, all this grandstanding about all this money that you had last season was it was a lie. Because we see you in the first episode last season buying your daughter, Chloe, the 17 designer purses, a Fendi purse, a Chanel purse, a Gucci purse, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Babe, is giving that those bags were not authentic, because you're telling me we went from that to now, you got to take the bus. There is no car. And I have to say, though, those bags were all loose. They were all loose bags. Now, one of those bags that she pulled out on her birthday were in the boxes. Or where were the shopping bags? Because I know for me, when I step foot into Dior and Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Prada. I'm leaving with the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. I have my I sell my shopping bags. I have the dust bags. I have the box that the bag came in. I have everything. Why were those bags? She just pulled them out. They were loose. All those bags were loose, honey. Not one duster bag in sight. I'm serious. Loosey-goosey bags, not even a dust bag. So I'm just saying, yes, honey, I have my ribbon. I still have my ribbon from all my purchases. Listen. You guys are so silly. You guys are so silly. Oh my gosh. You couldn't even do an unboxing. Yeah, there was no box to unbox anything. Child, you have hey friend, hey binge-worthy. Come on. We have royalty in the building. Hey binge-worthy, how are you? I'm happy you're here. But yeah, friend, you clock that? Those bags were loose. Loose. Those bags from Thailand, giving Canal Street. Loose, straight out the trunk of a car. She can't even sell them. Child. Now hold on. Remember how later on in the season, last season, she was going car shopping with her daughter. She was like, oh yeah. And her daughter was like, oh, I want a BMW. I want a Benz. I want an Escalade. We went from 17 designer bags to buying her a new car to now, baby, there is no car. You better hop on that MARTA and call it a day. I said, my. But yet, Kelli, you were trying to shade Drew over, did she buy anything at Balmain? And the whole time, your money was already dried up. It was dried up before episode 1 was a mess. Honey, yeah, Uber X. I forgot about that scene. Baby, you are the car. No, it's true. Let's start with a unicycle, not a DH gate haul, honey. No car, no purses, no. You guys, you better stop. You said BMW, black mama working. Oh, you said, where is Jarvis? Marta catching all these strays. Just a mess. So now, Chloe does ask about how the restaurants are doing. You hear this motorcycle outside. I don't know what's going on, honey. They want to flex with their motorcycle. I think it's fitting. We're talking about cars and unicycles and all that, and now we have a motorcycle passing on by. You said you are the car and your legs are the wheels, honey. A cute little Honda Accord. Child, don't bring up, honey. Don't bring up the Hondas, honey, because Lord, we had a time in the Rhode Island Live talking about that. She better borrow Kim's scooter. That's Chloe's scooter. So anyhow, we can skip past the scene. It was nothing significant happened. So anyhow, we see Porsha and Sway on a date. Now, I will say this. I definitely saw the chemistry between Porsha and Sway. The way Porsha was all giddy and giggling, that's the same way that Kyle was acting with Morgan on Beverly Hills. There is definitely chemistry there. So Sway is, Porsha says, we sat right there the first time we went out. Sway says, we exchanged numbers and I texted you and you vanished. I said, all right, I'm gonna let her figure out life. But I didn't think that you'd be back 10 years later. So I'm like, wait, you've known Sway for a decade? So Porsha says, well, it was more like 8, 9. It was somewhere between 8 and 10 years. I was like, why did I think that you just met Sway recently? I had no idea that you had already met Sway and already gone out with her 10 years ago. I said, all right. So now Porsha says, in between that time, I got married, divorced, had a baby, got a baby daddy. Like, it's been a lot of life that was lived. So now Porsha says that when Dennis messed up at the moment and she was like, you know what, YOLO. Then she says that she went ghost on Sway because she wasn't sure if she was ready to explore dating a woman at that moment. So Sway's like, let's play a game. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And, if you don't answer them, you have to take a shot. I will say Sway is very intense. Like, I could feel the intensity through the screen. The way she was just looking at Porsha, I was like, Porsha, it is in your best interest to not play games with Sway, because Sway looks like there will be some problems if you break her heart. And I'm going to leave it there. Sway looks like she is nobody to play with. So I said, Porsha, you better tread real light. I'd be real light. Sway said, I'm grown. Are you okay? Sway was giving the vibes, honey. You listen, Sway looks like they will both be in jail if Porsha plays her. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, she would hem her up quickly. She ain't no Simon. Yeah, like very much tire slashed at your house in the middle of the night. So I said, Porsha, you might want to tread lightly when it comes to Sway. You better be serious. So now Sway's like, can you honestly see yourself in a relationship with a woman for the rest of your life? So Porsha's like, wait, are you proposing to me? So now they both laugh. So Porsha says she likes Sway's confidence and her attraction to Sway is unlike anything else. So Porsha says, am I exploring? Yes, but I'm also exploring somebody else and they're a man. The way Sway took that sip when Porsha said that she's still dating a man, Sway looked like, babe, you got 5 seconds to wrap whatever that is up. It was very much like whatever that means. Like, girl, you got 2 minutes to wrap up whatever's going on over there and make up your mind. Oh, yeah, what did Pepsi tell Porsha? Oh, yeah, he sure did. Pepsi said, you're going to have problems with lesbians. I remember that on Ultimate Girls Trip that season. Porsha, don't sit up here and play yourself because I feel like Sway will have y'all both locked up under the jail if you break her heart. So you need to heed Pepsi's warning and do not play with Sway. So you said Pepsi's vindicated. Mike needs to learn how to fight. Yeah, Sway don't play. So anyhow, she goes on to say, does that mean that I'm playing you? No, I don't take you as a joke. Sway was looking at her like, girl, I know that. So now Porsha says, I know you can take care of me. The way Sway was rubbing her palms together. I said, all right, honey. Sway said she has a big bag. She can put up Porsha and give her whatever she wants. So now Porsha says, if I were to look down the road, I am open. So now Porsha's like, do you want a family in the next 3 to 5 years? So Sway says, ideally, if I could lock down in a year, I would love that. She says that she wants to carry the child and be in a relationship. I was like, Porsha, don't sit up here and play around. Sway said that she wants to lock things down immediately. She wants to be with child immediately. So I said, this is not a game. Please, Sway does not look like you need to be playing with her. I'm serious. So now Sway is like, what do you consider us? Porsha's like, well, no, we're dating. We're dating and getting to know each other. And Sway was like, all right, like solid answers. Again, the way Sway was questioning Porsha, she had me nervous. And Porsha was nervous. She was just like, the way she was stumbling and stammering over her answers, even Porsha knows that Sway is not to be played with. Child, I said, Porsha, good luck. So now Sway's like, do you have baby daddy issues? So Porsha says, when it comes to Dennis, he is good when I'm single, but when I get into a relationship, it starts to change. So Sway's like, yeah, I'm sure. But you could tell Sway was like, listen, if we keep this up, you better let that man know that I don't want to hear any of that. He better get it together quickly. She was giving Porsha that warning shot. Like, if me and you take this a step serious, or we're about to really build something, you better let that man know that I'm not playing these games with him being the jealous baby daddy, the flirting. Nip that in the bud right now. I was like, oh. So now Porsha says, oh, so then they both toast, both take a shot. And Sway says, you know that I won the game, right? So Porsha was like, why are you looking at me like that? They both laugh. I want to make a joke so bad, but I said, I know for a fact that Porsha went to Sway's house that night. After that dinner was over, the way Sway was licking her lips, the way Porsha was all giddy and laughing, I said, I know it gave check, please. And they went to Sway's house. Miss Diane was watching the baby and I am screaming. Oh, very much so. I could not stop laughing. Could not stop laughing. Yes, you know she said that. But I will say, though, I have not seen this much chemistry with Porsha and anybody else since Dennis. I didn't see this chemistry with anybody that she's really brought around. Didn't see this with Simon at all. But yeah, when it came to Sway and Porsha, I think they might actually, I could see them getting engaged. Like, I feel like Porsha really is into her. Sway likes her a lot. So it was a lot of chemistry. I did not see any chemistry with her and Simon. I saw this chemistry with her and Dennis, and now I'm seeing it again with her and Sway. So she went on sharing and said that she's in love. Oh, okay. So, all right. So you said you're not buying it? Really? I think that it's real. I think that Porsha really, though, I mean, you can't fake chemistry. Porsha was so giddy. She was smiling from ear to ear. You know, when they took that shot, and it was like towards the end of the day, they were both laughing like that. Like, it was that laugh where it's like, okay, you know I'm coming home with you, right? Like, that's what that gave. So, yeah, you said I bought it. Porsha loves anybody who worships her. The joy she showed was real. Yes, I agree. Porsha is an actress. You said it's lust. I'll say this though. I didn't see lust with her and Simon. Like, Simon, I'm sure, yes, he was attracted to her, but on her part, I didn't see her lusting over Simon. So this is the first time I actually feel like she's actually attracted to the person that she's with. I did not see any attraction on her end when it came to Simon. It was strictly for the money. I didn't see lust with Porsha and Dennis either. You said I prefer Porsha and Oliver from season 8. I saw it as a kick. Get ready for Porsha's having a baby too. Not too much on lust, honey. We love lust around here. You said I saw Simon as a lick. Yeah, that's it. That's because you didn't see her with Simon's wallet. Yeah, Sway is rich. Sway flips houses, and I think she does like TED Talks. She sells courses on something, but yes, Sway's a millionaire. She does very well for herself. So, lusting after that coin, honey. No, she loved that hot dog man. No, she did. She liked Dennis a lot. She did. So now it is the day of it's the night of Phaedra's Healing Waters party. And I will say, Phaedra did a nice job with this party. And also, one more thing, Phaedra's home is beautiful. So anyhow, we see the private chef there. Those lamb chops that he was making, oh my God, I was salivating. Like, my mouth was watering. You know Phaedra's going to have some good food. She's a bartender, full bar. She has the meditation healer. She has the musicians there. She went all out. So anyhow, we have Phaedra saying that she's been a Reiki master for 3 years now. She says that Reiki brought her through the hardest times in her life. Hopefully this will bring the group together. We did see that Phaedra was a Reiki master when she was on Married to Medicine. She talked about it then too. So we cut to Pinky and K. Michelle. They're driving to the event together. When I tell you that K. Michelle was so insufferable on this drive to Phaedra's house, talking incessantly about Porsha and Drew and this scheme that she has conjured up in her mind, I was over it. I mean, my eyes were glazed over. I said, oh my gosh, please shut up. It's enough already. So now we jump back to the party. We have Cynthia arrive first. And when I tell you I love a good lychee martini, that's what the bartender was serving. Shout out to the lychee martini girls, honey. I will always order a lychee martini. Chef's kiss. And the ones at Philippe Chow are also that girl. They put coconut cream in it too. There is nothing like a lychee martini. Just very sexy, and they taste so good. Phenomenal. And there's another place in New York, in the city, that I love, has really good lychee martinis as well. They're always packed though, but I digress. But yes, honey, Verlaine, Lower East Side, they have some fabulous lychee martinis. So good. Yes, honey, lychee martinis, honey, they are so good. So anyhow, Phaedra says that she wants everybody to receive the good vibes. She's having clean, healthy, grass-fed meat. And so she says, we want some free meat tonight. So now we have Porsha arrive. When I tell you, Porsha looks so good. Now, mind you, Porsha's bikini, that was a throwback to the bikini that Phaedra wore back in season 5 when they were in Anguilla, that thong bikini with that cover up. It was the same exact vibe. Cynthia was like, I've seen this whole look before. Now, when they played the flashback, the back-to-back of Porsha, Phaedra, and then Kenya, when she was dressing up as Phaedra, trying to, diss her with the whole donkey booty and the whole workout DVD mess, and she dressed up in that crazy thong bikini at that art show. It looked crazy. When they played Kenya in that flashback, I was like, wait, maybe there is hope for Kenya to come back, because usually when they blackball you, they won't even show you in the flashbacks. So the fact that they did show Kenya in that flashback, I said, maybe there is some hope for Miss Kenya. We'll see. Okay. But Cynthia says, when it comes to Porsha, honey, Porsha's ass on another level. It's not two cheeks, it's two asses put together. But yes, honey, Porsha looked really good. Okay. So now we have Drew arrive. Drew looked great. I love that, like, wet and wavy, that bust down that Drew had on. Drew looks really good. So they all say, Drew, you've done a good job of being on time. Drew says, yeah, I didn't want to miss anything. I did not want to be late today. And Cynthia says, your condition is improving. So Porsha says, the only thing that you were late to was the gala in Dallas. So Drew says, well, I almost got into a tussle with K. Michelle, so it was warranted that I was late. So now they start discussing the whole Dallas trip, right? And Phaedra says, my plan for tonight is to let the women experience my Reiki world, sound bath meditation, being on the water. It's going to be chef's kiss. Wait, hold on. Did I skip a part? I apologize, y'all. I feel like I skipped like 2 parts. No, I didn't. No, okay, no. We do cut to K. Michelle and Pinky on the road onto going to Phaedra's house. We can skip past it. I don't want to hear K. Michelle in the nonsense. It's too much. She was in the car talking so much stupidity. I was so done. She's telling Pinky about how she got a call from her ex, the ex who was on Queen's Court with her last year. And she says that she got a call from him. And she says, he called me saying that he dealt with Porsha. So K. Michelle was like, and of course he's African. Because the joke about Porsha loves a rich African, right? So now she says, all I know is that man, my ex, didn't have any shoes on. He took his bare feet and put them on my island in my kitchen. She can have that man who doesn't like wearing shoes and put them on Simon's counter. I'm just confused as to what this has to do with anything. What does the ex-boyfriend not wearing shoes have to do with Porsha? First of all, K. Michelle, why are you mad? And may I say something? This whole thing about Porsha dating her ex is a non-factor. if you and somebody are in a city where you guys have mutual friends in common, that's not uncommon to have dated the same person as an acquaintance or a friend. If I dated this man a few,
I didn't get that.
Oh, sorry guys. Oh, Siri, I think Siri thought I was saying her name and she came on, scared the hell out of me. But like I was saying, if you dated somebody and then they dated a friend that you weren't even friends with back then, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that happens more times than we talk about. It's called, like, things happen. Why is she mad? This makes no sense. This happened so many years ago with Porsha dating that man. It wasn't the same time. Like, why are you mad? Yes, when I tell you Siri scared the hell out of me, honey. Got my face all, I'm like sweating now. Goodness, that like really startled me. Siri said, who said that? Siri want to chime in about,
unlock your
Jesus, enough, please. How do I turn it off? I'm so sick and tired of it. I feel like I don't consent for that to come on. It's annoying. It was a silly argument, a bag of pecans. She shouldn't even count that as an ex if it's the Queen's Court guy. It's so silly. And that wasn't even a real relationship. She was on the Queen's Court for a check. And that man was on that show for a check and some PR and publicity. So please, you said go to settings. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that because I'm so sick of it coming on. It's enough. Turn it off in settings. Okay, I will. I'll do it. I'm not going to do it now. I don't want to take up time to do that now. I'll do it after this, right? Yes, a reality TV contestant, mind you. It's just so silly. So anyhow, only on my channel does this happen. Not a TV show relationship like bye. It's so silly. So anyhow, she goes on to say that Porsha can have that man. Then she says, why not just tell me? I don't even care. It's just weird to me. The fact that Pinky's co-signing K. Michelle's nonsense is beyond me. K. Michelle makes no sense. So anyhow, we're back at Phaedra's house. And Phaedra says the plan for tonight is to let the women experience her Reiki world, sound bath meditation, being on the water. It's going to be chef's kiss. So now they're by her pool and she has floaties for all of them to float in the water. So we see that Phaedra has her son Aiden come out to help them all on the floaties. Phaedra says that Aiden thinks that he's on the Baywatch remix. He's like the Black David Hasselhoff with his shirt off, whatever, right? Now, I was like, Phaedra, you could have hired like some men to help the women out. I don't think that you need to have your 15-year-old son. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I felt like you could have just hired some cute guys to just be, help the women. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm sure Aiden had other things to do. He wanted to probably be with his friends. I don't know. You said you didn't love her son being there. That was weird having her son out there. It was so weird. It was inappropriate. Why is Aiden around those grown women? She said free labor. It was weird. Making him work. You said the son should be elsewhere playing some video games. I didn't like it. It wasn't age appropriate. He's a lifeguard. I mean, she could have hired like some adult lifeguards. He probably had fun. Hey, Corey Ray, thank you for the super chat. At this point, I have to fast forward K. Michelle scenes. I agree. It's too much. It's too much. You said you wouldn't have your son on TV like that. I didn't like it whatsoever. You said especially with Porsha's whole tail out. You said a young teen girl being brought out to grown men wouldn't have been received well. Very true. He said he's too young to be around those grown women in bikinis. Yeah, well, she said that he's a lifeguard. I know. Wait, no, I'm screaming. No, I know. People, I see the folks getting riled up about this whole thing. Leo, let's move on, honey. But yes, we can all agree that, she could have hired some like adult men to like be the lifeguard. Okay. So anyhow, we have them about to do the meditation, and we see that Shamia, Pinky, and K. Michelle arrive. And now we see that Kelli has arrived, right? They're all late. Kelli, of course, is going through something. So she's like, I want to cry right now. I don't even want to be here. And we have K. Michelle and Shamia hugging her. Kelli, if you were that sad, then you should have skipped out. But we know that you need the camera time and the check. You can't afford to lose out on any pay. So you got your butt there. So now she says she has so much going on in her life. She's drained mentally, physically, and financially. So now the meditation is about to start. And mind you, the majority of the women are on the floats. So Shamia's float starts deflating. And Shamia's like, these bitches really hate me. For my float to be the one that sinks. So now K. Michelle's like, why is Shamia's float sinking? Either she's carrying heavy energy or somebody put a curse on her. It's not that deep. Those little floaties deflate all the time. It happens. It's not that big of a deal. The float is deflating. It is what it is. Not you shading me. Hey, Animatic, thank you for the super chat. Take a shot every time Brooke says so now. I mean, not the shade in the super chat. They look like inflatable mattresses. You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. You said we'd be good and drunk. No, you guys would be passed out. That's why I watch. You guys are so funny. I love this so now, but I digress. No, I know you. No, I know you're joking. I know. No, I'm laughing at it. It's totally fine. I took it as a joke. I didn't take it as shade. I knew you were joking. No, I thought it was funny. Yo, no, it wasn't shade. I was just joking around. I took it as a joke. It was a joke. Everybody calm down. So, now I'm also self-conscious about saying so now. At least Brooke's not saying shot o'clock every 5 seconds. So now, no, Dark Child, I am screaming. Dark Child's about to fight, honey, because Dark Child, I saw you wrote, like you weren't, it was totally a joke. I took it as a joke. It was a joke. It was all in good fun. But I appreciate you for going to bat for me, like in case Dark Child's about to set it off, honey. Like, don't do it, honey. Don't do it. Folks, you ready to fight, honey? No, you ready to fight down about me, honey. I love it. I appreciate you. Honey, you guys are always all ready. No, I know. I really appreciate you. Okay, wait. No, yes. You and I know we're always saying honey. Oh my gosh. I really love you guys. I really love you guys. You said Dark Child's about to tussle, honey. Okay. Oh my goodness. So anyhow, and shout out to all of y'all. We are literally almost sold out. The live show, honey, I'm doing my live show at the Green Room 42 here in New York City on July 17th. That's on Friday at 9:30 p.m. When I tell you the tickets are selling out so fast, we only have one seat left in the back, and we have six main dining room seats left. And then we still have some regular booth seats left. But honey, the tickets are selling out. The link is in the description box below. Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure to get your tickets, honey, because we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Okay. So, where was I? So Cynthia leaves early. She's like, I have a flight to catch. One thing about Cynthia is going to make sure that she's in every scene, but still is on a plane somewhere for another gig. She is always booked and busy to get that check. So now it's time for the meditation to start. I will say the meditation did look relaxing. Everybody was calm, closed eyes, all resting, right? Now, Phaedra playing the flute. Phaedra, you sounded good. I was like, all right, Phaedra, come through. So the meditation is over, and Drew says that she actually had a good time with that. She says, I was knocked out. I needed that. And Porsha says, yeah, same here. I felt different. I feel good. So now it's time for dinner. And Phaedra has a beautiful setup, a beautiful table set up in her backyard. Gorgeous. I mean, they did a great job with the place settings, the floral arrangements, beautiful, right? And we know that Phaedra's going to have a really nice meal for them. So Phaedra's like, I hope that you guys got something from this. Pinky says, oh, I did. K. Michelle says, yes, I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I expected, but I enjoyed it. It was a calm and beautiful space. So now K. Michelle says, I want to address something openly. I come in peace and I come in calm. K. Michelle, that's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. There is nothing peaceful or calm about you. K. Michelle says, when it comes to the situation of everybody asking me about who and what in Dallas, and now Angela jumps in and says, in Dallas, when I mentioned Shamia's name, you denounced it, and that's what I thought, and I owned what I thought. I owned what I said. I own what I said. So K. Michelle says, I did have somebody tell me that it was Phaedra, Porsha, and Drew gathering information about me. So Porsha says, well, I would have preferred if you had just told me that versus you saying, I don't want you as a friend, because I was trying to be a friend to you. So K. Michelle says, you have to understand my first encounter with you. We're sitting down and you're telling another woman, Kelli, that she slept with somebody else at the BET Awards. That threw me for a loop. That closed me off, and I started to proceed and move with caution. That's a lie. I'm sorry, Kay, for you to still be bringing up what happened at the T 6 episodes ago. That's a lie. And you were on a show which was way worse and way more ratchet than Atlanta, like than Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, you were on Love and Hip Hop. They were saying all sorts of outrageous things. So for you to say, well, I was just so taken aback, and when you said that, I didn't look at you the same way. Stop. Please stop. So, and also, if you're friends with somebody, why would you assume the worst about them? Like you and Porsha were friends before you came on the show. So why would you assume the worst about her? So she says, then I came out the hospital, and then you bust out and say about the whole miscarriage thing. So Porsha's like, K. Michelle, we're not going to do this. We are not going to do this. So K. Michelle's like, why can't I be heard? Why can't you just listen to me? So Porsha says, because you're set on not understanding. Phaedra says, now Phaedra had me screaming. She was not here for all this arguing in her home, and I feel her on that. She was like, ladies, take it down a notch. Let's lower those voices. Let's lower those voices. We're in my home. My sons are in the house. We have the neighbors. Don't do this. So K. Michelle says, I am understanding, and I'm telling you why I felt the way I felt. I'm breaking it down and being respectful. I'm talking to you. We go to Dallas, and I'm told that there's some behind the scenes of you trying to expose me. So Porsha's like, hey, I'm trying to expose you. And K. Michelle says yes. So Porsha's like, well, in what way? About what? So K. Michelle says, why would I tell you that you're trying to expose me and you already know? At this point, it would have been, there is no more discussion about anything. You are obviously trying to bait me into an argument. You don't even believe the BS that you're spewing, and you want to fight. This makes no sense. You're running out of steam. You have lost the plot. For you to accuse me of plotting on you, I ask you, what is this so-called plot? And you can't even tell me. You want to play mind games and say, oh, well, why should I tell you? You already know what the plot is. Game over. You got it, sis. We don't have to speak. I wish you the best. God bless and Godspeed. That's all I've got for you. Because I'm not going to play these mind games with you. We're not doing this. I know I have had enough. I've had enough. It's enough already. And it's so aggravating. No, it is delusion. It's delusion. No, seriously, like I don't ever have to win an argument that bad. I'm not that pressed. I promise you, it is like I know when to bow out. I know when I'm dealing with somebody who's not all the way there. And, you know, folks are crazy. There's always somebody crazier than you are. K. Michelle fits the bill. And I am not going to put my life on the line and go toe to toe with somebody who might do anything, who might snap. So you know what, sis, you got it. You've won the fight. Yeah, you win. Congratulations. Happy birthday. You said you're in the minority. I completely get what Kay is saying. Well, yeah, I mean, if you know what she's saying, please inform us in the chat. I'm confused. I pride myself on being reasonable. I pride myself on, I understand nuance. I understand that two things can be true at the same time. But in this case, Kay has lost me. I'm not seeing where Kay is making any sense. If you know what she's saying, please let us know. Please. No, please do, because I'm confused. I'm confused. So please explain to us. Please, yeah, please explain to the class. I'm confused. I'm lost. Yes, honey, the people of God are lost here, honey. Let the congregation know. Yeah, honey, make it plain. Make it plain for us. Make it plain. What is she trying to say? What is she trying to say? I speak several languages. I still don't understand what she said. Make it plain, please. Now, friend, don't get quiet now. You came in saying that you understand. So come on and tell us. Speak up now. Don't get quiet now. It's been 2 minutes now. You said a contrarian for contrarian's sake. Write the vision and make it plain. Exactly. Who is plotting against her friend? Kay is fluent in confusion. Don't pull a vet on us now, honey. No, I'm serious. Speak up now. We're waiting. You have the mic. He moved along, Claudia. We gave you 5 minutes. We gave you 5 minutes to speak up, and we've gotten nothing. So I'm gonna just move on. So going once, going twice, soul. So we're gonna just move on. There is no answer. There is no explanation for this because it makes no sense. So anyhow, Porsha says, you know what? That's funny. I'm just asking you, what would I be trying to expose you on that makes no sense? So Kay says, you do have a spirit of exposure. So no, Kelli starts laughing and says, yeah, that is true. That's right. That's right. I said, Kelli, girl, shut up. Shut up. You just said in the last episode that you and Porsha can coexist and it is what it is. So all these passive aggressive remarks and jabs, you are pressed by Porsha. Like, my goodness, if you don't like her, if you've already said, you know what, Porsha, we don't have to speak ever again, then keep your mouth shut. You obviously still want her attention. And the crazy part is, Porsha did say to you in the last episode, Kelli, I would like to talk to you one-on-one after this trip is over. And you said, no, I don't want to speak to you anymore. So you said, I don't want to speak to you anymore. We're good. I'm good with you right now, how it is. So when you say that to somebody, you forfeit the right to keep throwing out these passive-aggressive jabs. Keep your mouth shut. You said the person is, what happened? Oh, you answered. Wait, hold on. First, I don't think they were friends, and you could tell she was thrown by the Kelli conversation, and then they had a conversation about the miscarriage strike too, so I can see how she saw Porsha. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think that K. Michelle is reaching for a reason to be upset. I do. I think that, and I've been really hard on Porsha before, and I feel like with that whole miscarriage comment, I don't believe that Porsha meant any harm. I think it was an honest mistake. I really don't think she was being shady. I think that K. Michelle is determined to be angry. I do believe that K. Michelle might feel a way that this is now Porsha's show. I think that K. Michelle might be annoyed that she's not the most famous on this show, in my opinion. But thank you for explaining your POV. But I was hoping to find out if you can understand this whole plot thing. What, like, are we missing something? Was something else said that we don't know about? So listen, y'all. We already knew that. I see it, but she's definitely still reaching. No clarity was found. I want more insight, to be honest. So, you guys are hilarious in this chat. Hey M. Sheree, thank you for the super chat. Apparently, Porsha was dating K's ex when they started filming. Porsha did not inform K. Porsha was still talking to the man about K. I don't know if I believe this. And also, they had already said that Porsha had went to she had gone to what's that? It's not Comic-Con. It's one of those conventions last summer, and she was dating Mike and Sway, and she was saying that was her storyline, that she was dating a man and a woman. So I don't believe that she was dating Kay's ex recently. I don't. Also, K. Michelle is married, so why does she care? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like even if a friend is dating your ex from a few years ago, if you're married to somebody else, why does it matter? You know what? Congratulations, happy birthday. Maybe you guys might find love. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, I just don't even care. Feel free to date them. I'm married to somebody else. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. Go take them. I hope it works out. I hope it works out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So even if that were the case, who cares? Who cares? In my opinion. So Phaedra says, Kelli says, this is why I didn't want to be here tonight. Kelli, be quiet. The show is going to still go on without you, whether you're here on the show or not. We don't care. So Porsha said, Phaedra says, well, so obviously there are three things here. K. Michelle says, oh, and the black thing. So now it's 4. So Drew was like, oh my gosh. So K. Michelle's like, why do you care, Drew? Why do you care? So Drew says, wait, why do I care? You brought this up to me. And Drew is correct. Drew never mentioned anything about K and Black. All she said was, oh yeah, I think you guys were friends. You know each other. That's it. That's all. So K. Michelle says, how would I even know about anything about you and Black? So Drew's like, girl, you know what? You need to stop saying his name. So Kay says, shut up. I can do whatever the F I want to do. So Drew says, again, please stop saying Black's name. So Kay says, I'm going to ask you to keep my name at your mother effing mouth. So Drew says, girl, I don't even know you. So Kay says, I don't know ish about you either. So Drew says, well, no, you actually do, because you want to run down my resume every chance you get. So Kay's like, you ain't got one, bitch. That's why it was easy. Now, see, we're not going to lie. You can feel how you want to feel about Drew, but let's not lie and say that her resume is short. Kay, you're contradicting yourself, and you talk as if you were at Beyonce or Rihanna's level. You talk like you're at Ciara's level. You talk like you're an A-lister, and you're not, and it's no shade. Yes, you've put out some great albums, but don't sit up here and act like your career took off the way you wanted to take off. For you to sit up there and try to downplay her When the gag is you guys are both sitting here on the same show. And if we want to really get into it, Drew is now a vet and you're a newbie. So what does that say? What does that say? Drew is clearing off of that alone. I just find it funny that you want to sit up here and act like you're so, like you're just so above it, and you're sitting on the same show as the woman that you're trying to shade. You guys are both here on Housewives, so does it even matter? Let's say that Drew's career wasn't hitting on anything. You're still on the same show now, so you're pretty much on the same level now. So what does that mean? So where do we go from here? And that's the gag. Yes, Kay begged to be on this show. You've been wanting to be on Housewives of Atlanta for a long time. They said you were in Andy's DMs for a very long time. So the fact that you want to try to, throw your weight around like you're just so, you're just so much, you're so above Drew, it's a joke. And you're the one who keeps bringing up her career. You threw out the TLC jab in last week's episode. It's always something with you. And I believe that you're envious of the fact that Drew's resume is longer than yours is. Because I'm sorry, you keep saying, oh, your little career, and you not doing nothing, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da. It's giving a bit of jealousy. I'm sorry, Kay. You look crazy right now. You look bitter, you look jealous, and you look hateful. You look pressed. Drew has not done anything. And you know what? I've noticed it. You can say what you want, but Drew is Teflon. If you think about it, everybody who's come for Drew is no longer on the show. I mean, every time the girls come for Drew, Drew has outlasted a lot of people. She's outlasted Marlo. What was that one woman's name? Sonya, the Olympic gold medalist, Sonya Richards-Ross. She only lasted 2 seasons. She was boring. She was a blip on the screen. But say what you want about Miss Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora has lasted, and she's going to be on this show for a long time as well. So, yes, Britt Eady, Courtney, Drew has outlasted a lot of people. She's outlasted Miss Sheree. Sheree Whitfield was trying to, get into it with her about that whole party that they threw for Kenya and Marlo, and Sheree didn't want to pay Drew the money for her portion of the party. Drew has outlasted a lot of people, honey. So say what you want about Miss Drew. Drew is still standing. Drew is still here. So yes, honey, she's still here. Hell, she outlasted Kenya. When you put it like that, it's true. Every newbie on Atlanta has been here for 1 or 2 seasons except Drew. Exactly. Yes, Fatum, LaToya. Yeah, Drew is tough. Drew is a Teflon Don. She is. So I'm just saying, say what you want, but Miss Drew is still here. She's still collecting that check, still working. Drew has evolved, honey, like Tisha Campbell, okay? So Drew was like, bitch, yodel your ass out. K. Michelle's like, I will yodel all up in your ish. So Drew's like, you don't fit in. And Drew is correct. Kay does not fit into this group. Kay is, I think, a train wreck. So then Kay says, yodelay he who nobody drew. The read didn't land. And one of y'all made a great point in the last recap. K. Michelle studied the show like a fan, and she's using these stale and tired reads that she thinks are eating, and they're not. That read was such a chop. I was like, really, Kay? That's the best that you can come up with? It was, I had secondhand embarrassment because it fell flat. And you're reading for no reason. And this one-sided beef with you and Drew, you look crazy. And it feels like you came on this show feeling like you deserve to be centerpiece, center stage, and the star of the show. And the fact that that's not what's going on, you're lashing out at Porsha and Drew. You're lashing out at the girls who have some skin in the game. And it's not working. A complete chop. So Drew is, Phaedra's like, listen, we have a noise ordinance in my neighborhood. Please keep it down. So Drew's like, I did not say anything about you. You created all this in your mind. Like, you're creating this. And I'm like, Drew, you and I, we are one. We are connected because this is all a figment of K. Michelle's imagination. K. Michelle is conjuring up a plot and a scheme and a plan that does not exist. This is giving full-blown crazy. Like, it's no shade, but it just feels like something's wrong. Something's wrong. She's insecure around the ladies. I agree. Yes, Love and Hip Hop antics will not work on this network. You got to clock in at NBC Universal. I agree. So now, K. Michelle is screaming. I love how Drew just gave her the hand. She was just like, girl, okay, like, you know what? Whatever you got going on, whatever. So Phaedra says, listen, we have to figure out how to move on and move past this. So K. Michelle says, I want to finish what I was saying. So Kay says, I'm minding my business, and Porsha and I'm minding my business. And my last ex that I was seeing in public, he calls me. So they're all confused, like, what is going on? So K. Michelle says, I don't understand. He was saying that Porsha was saying, I don't understand why I always end up with people's man. So Porsha's like, wait, what? She says, I wasn't even with him the same time that you were with him. So Kay says, that's what I'm thinking. Well, he's not my man. It's just weird. Why not give me the heads up? Why am I giving you a heads up about a man that neither one of us are dating? I dated him 10 years ago. You dated him 2 years ago. You're married to somebody else. I'm seeing other people. This is a non-issue. Why do I need to check in with you about a man that we both used to date? Why is this a big deal? Somebody help me out. Am I crazy? Because all I know is if me and my friend dated the same man, I'm not upset about it. Things happen. If it was 3 years ago, 10, you dated him 10 years ago, I dated him 2 years ago. Remember, you are aware that friends don't always tell each other who they're dating. So overlap and things like that do happen. I don't feel the need to tell my friends about every person that I'm dating, right? So there are times where it's like, oh my gosh, like that's so funny. Like I went on a few dates with him too. Like, oh, like you don't feel the need to tell everybody about every single person that you date. That will be a long list. And two, there's no reason. They went out for a few times. You went out with him a few times. It is what it is. It's just so dumb. Yeah, and Porsha did not even know K. Michelle then. So this whole thing is a non-issue. K, he wasn't even your man either. Exactly. I'm so over it. And if there's marriages in between, who was thinking about an ex from years ago? Exactly. Who are Kay's friends? Who's Kay's friends with on the show? Sounds like she doesn't like any of the girls. I think she still likes Kelli, I believe, and Phaedra. Why bring this up now? This is so stupid. It is very stupid. Kay made no sense at all. It was probably a quick toss and tumble, and Porsha moved on. Exactly. She's pressed for no reason. I'm confused. So Porsha says, listen, we're in Atlanta. I don't even talk to this man. We did not talk to him at the same time. And I didn't even know you like that, Kay. So Angela's like, what's the harm in all this anyway? I'm confused. So Kay says the harm is don't say my name. Who said your name? What are we talking? Like, I'm confused. What are we talking about here? Who's like, I feel like with K. Michelle, we go from apples to oranges to bananas to trains to cars to planes to Pluto to the sun to the moon to the ocean to a bag of peanuts. What are we like? I'm lost. I'm confused, and it's hard for me to recap scenes where I'm confused. Like I don't know what we're talking about. The conversation is all over the place. It's all convoluted. Yes, no, it does give basket case. No, for real, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just, what are we talking about? Are we on the same planet? I agree. It's like land the plane. The plane is going, like we are going around and around the mulberry bush. Get to the point, please. For the love of God. What are we talking about? So now Porsha's like, you are my friend. And now K. Michelle interrupts her and she says, I am your friend, but you're dealing with my ex. And you don't tell your friend? Porsha says, at the time I was with him, you and I did not know each other, K. Michelle. Like, enough. So K. Michelle says, you want to bring me into a friend group and you're not going to tell me that you were jumping on my last recent ex? My name isn't Fallon. Now, see, this is giving big fan behavior because there's an unwritten rule on Housewives where if you are a newbie on any franchise, you can't bring up old tea about seasons that you weren't in. The whole Fallon stuff, you can't bring that up because you weren't there. Okay? The read was so late and tired because, one, this ain't that. Porsha and Simon, that was foul, how they did Fallon, right? This isn't that. This is not that whatsoever. You and her did not know each other. She dated him 10 years ago. You dated him 2 years ago. So it doesn't make, like, your paths never crossed like that. Kay, I don't know what we're doing here. Maybe I'm seeing this wrong. If I'm getting this wrong, let me know in the chat. I am thoroughly confused. I don't know what K. Michelle is mad about. If K. Michelle could give me a reason, if she could land the plane, if she could make some sense, if she could form a coherent sentence, maybe I could get on board. But right now, I am at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. So Phaedra says that even her and Porsha dated the same person at one point. So Porsha says, we had no communication until you were coming into this group. There's nothing to tell. She says, he's my friend you used to date. He is your friend that you used to date. That's it. That's all. So now Porsha says, you know what, Kay? You are very sensitive, and that's the issue. You always want to find something. And Portia's correct. K. Michelle is exhausting. So Kay says, no, I'm actually very tough. I'm just trying to watch my back. So Porsha says, don't worry. You don't have to worry about your back because I'm not going to have your back anymore. When it comes to K. Michelle, just back away slowly so that nobody gets hurt. Just small baby steps back, reaching for the door. You know what, sis? You got it. You won. Godspeed. God bless. And you just walk out the door slowly and you run and never look back. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yeah, don't turn your back. Listen, you just slow walk to the door. You just back away. It's okay, sis. It's okay. Don't get me. Don't take me out. Just let me make it to the door. And you look for the door, look for the doorknob, and you back away slowly. And the minute you get out that door, you bolt down that hallway and you get in your car and you go 100 on the highway and you block her number and you never literally no a whole nutcase. No, we got a we have a loose one. We do. Listen, no, it's yes, no, it's true. Yes, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. No, you guys are laughing, but that's how you have to. No, you guys are laughing at me, but you just back away slowly. No sudden moves. It's okay. You're talking that voice. It's okay. Don't worry. Nobody's coming to get you. And you have your hand on the door, and you just, just don't, before they get you, and you just get the doorknob and you run out. So bolt down the breezeway. No, it's true. It's true. You acting out looking for the doorknob took me out. No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. No, it's true. It's true, honey. And then if you're from New York, you call the police. You don't call up the police. You call up Bellevue. Google Bellevue. You call up Bellevue, honey, and they'll come and take them away. It's true. It's true. A mess. A mess. A mess. So it's very true. No, you never turn your back. It's very true. It's very true. No, it's very true, y'all. We see each other. It's very true. Yeah. No, it's very true. No, it's very true, honey. Get the stretcher to strap them down real good, and the men in the white coats will come and take you away. Like it's really not. It's like it's. No, you know. You know, it is above our pay grade. No, it really is. You guys will not. Y'all have me in tears. Y'all have me in tears. Yes, yes. You know it's true. Like it's okay. I'm just grabbing the door. It's okay. Listen. It's a few. A few. The stories I can tell you. The stories I can tell you. Please. Oh my gosh. Listen. Okay, y'all. When I tell you, to the subscriber who said that, I am in tears, okay? Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. You guys have me in tears today. You guys really have me in tears. Oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all are cutting up in this chat. Y'all have me in tears, y'all. So now, yes, honey, everybody is a comedian in this chat now. So anyhow, where were we? Porsha says, 1, you know I didn't talk to this man at the same time as you. 2, you're married. And 3, he said that I said positive things about you. So what is the issue? I don't want to be your friend anymore. I want a refund. I said, girl, you and I both, because it's I don't know what's going on. So Phaedra says, I think what we've established here is, and now Kelli jumps in and interrupts Phaedra, and she's like, well, we've established that Porsha has effed every Nigerian in Atlanta. Kelli, I don't know what possessed you to say that. You obviously wanted a moment. You wanted to have a cute soundbite. You really thought you ate. The way Porsha snapped, I thought Porsha was going to hit you when you said that, because you were sitting right next to her. Kelli, you are pressed for Porsha's attention. You want a reaction out of her so bad. You hate the fact that Porsha is granting you your wish. She's indifferent. And I don't know, are you jealous? Are you jealous that Porsha is centerpiece, that she's a star of the show? What is it? Because Porsha did offer an olive branch in Dallas and you turned it down. You said, we don't need to speak. So keep it at that. Don't speak. For you to say that, what possessed you to do that? It is ridiculous. And I could see if Porsha was throwing shade, but she wasn't. Porsha had not said a word to you. She didn't give you any dirty looks. There was nothing said that warranted you saying that. That was uncalled for. So now Porsha snaps and she's like, bitch, and you've effed everybody. So what are you talking about? You definitely effed that married ass man. So now Kelli puts her wine glass in Porsha's face. Now I said, Kelli, you are playing a dangerous game. Why are you acting like you want to fight? Why are we doing this? Porsha says, you better get that glass out of my face. Kelli says, play with me, bitch. I ain't the one. The way security ran over and swooped in to break up whatever was about to happen, Kelli, you need to thank the Lord Jesus Christ that security came in and pulled Porsha away. Because if not, you would have been torn up. Kelli, I'm not saying that short people can't fight, but let's be so realistic. We don't know if you can fight. We've never seen you fight. It's a whole lot of talking. Realistically, I don't see you winning a fight with Porsha anyway. Porsha is 5'9". You're 4'11". Well, you kind of give 4'10" and maybe 4'11", 5 feet on a good day, but I digress. Because even with heels on, you're still giving like 5'1", 5'2". So yeah, again, either way, you're stop. Just stop. Please stop. Just stop. It's enough. You're not winning against Porsha in a fight. Stop. So Porsha says she's out there effing a married preacher and she's mad at me. So hold on. They were digging up the preachers that Kelli might be messing with allegedly. And I was just like, oh, damn. Porsha, spill the tea about that. That's a hot mess. Kelli, you're over here with married preachers allegedly, and you're crying about money. You should be getting all this money from these men to keep the secret. You shouldn't be broke. If you're having sex with all these married men, you should not be having these money issues. I'm just saying. Yes, I know. I saw that. I saw that. I said, my God. Claudia spoke about this on Carlos King's show. Jamal came to mind first. Oh, you said, child. Oh, well, yeah. And her ex-husband, and one of y'all said it, her ex-husband does look just like him too. Yeah, they could be twins. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Jesus, Kelli has some bad taste in men. She doesn't care about looks at all, huh? Use a tax-free church money at that. Oh my gosh. Child, you said he tracks. Oh my gosh. But didn't they say that Porsha messed around with the same guy? So was she with the married man? Kelli just wants a warm body. Yeah, she doesn't. He's good for buying his wife a gift when he gets caught. Oh yeah, he bought her that Lamborghini after that whole scandal went down. Oh, I remember him. Yes, they did have that show on Bravo. It was like in the early 2010s. I remember that. Oh, it's him? Oh. Child. Oh, yes, because, okay, so you said he knows Phaedra. Okay. Porsha says to Phaedra, she effed that married man on the plane, and you know who it is. You know who he is, Phaedra. Phaedra says, yes, I know. Porsha says, yeah, he's your client, and I ain't trying to out anybody's damn family, but don't sit that bitch close to me. So now we cut to Kelli inside. They're all trying to calm her down. And mind you, did anybody catch how production muted what Kelli was screaming out in the house? Production, I don't know if you want to add dramatic effect, because after that, we see to be continued. Did you mute what Kelli was saying in the house because you're going to show us what she said next week and it's like very salacious? Or is that your sneaky way of chopping out so we don't know what was said? I don't know. But I really hope and pray that y'all don't pull a fast one. I hope that we do hear what was said from Kelli, because it sounded like she was saying some crazy stuff too. Now I need to rewatch. Yes. Porsha probably got it on the back end. Is it muted on Peacock? Yes, when you watch it on Peacock, they cut out what Kelli was screaming on the inside. So that lets me know that the editing is going to be some foolishness next week. I get that really funny feeling that Bravo's going to not show us what she said, and we're going to get flashbacks all throughout the season. It's going to piss me off. This is the third to be continued this year. It is. It's annoying. They're protecting Porsha. I got to rewind that back. Kelli was spiraling in there. This is too much. We don't know what she said. They cut it out. And I'm annoyed by that. And I'm like, why did they? And she was yelling for like a good, they showed it for like a good 15 seconds. She's like screaming. She's like this, like, and like, she's like really pissed. And Shamia's like, calm down, calm down. And they mute out that entire scene. So we can't hear what Shamia's saying. We can't hear what she's saying. So I'm like, when Bravo does that, that means that some more stuff was said. Kelli probably dropped names about what Porsha's doing allegedly. And they're trying to protect Porsha, but it's really weird. It's really weird behavior. We need somebody who can read lips. Yes, the way they chopped and screwed the end of this episode was very weird. It was very weird, and I didn't like that. They claimed it was the preacher's name they cut out. Oh, okay. Kelli was crashing out. We better get the unmuted footage at the top of the next episode. I really hope we do. I really hope so. I think somebody's name got dropped. I got to go back and watch that. I didn't realize that. Yes, when you go back and watch the last 2 minutes of the show, after Porsha stops yelling, we cut to Kelli inside and she is screaming, but they mute out the entire, we just hear her screaming at the top of her lungs, but you don't hear anything. So I'm like, oh, why do they mute that? That's really weird. Bravo doesn't want that lawsuit. Production is a fifth wall. Jewel Tankard is good friends with several of the Bravo Lebs. She filmed with Dr. Helmy on Married to Medicine. Oh, yes, I remember that. I don't think Bravo's going to unmute that name. I'm sick of it. I feel like they're better off just not showing us that than keeping that in there and then having us wonder and guess what was said. They could have, in all seriousness though, they could have just cut out that scene with Kelli screaming. We didn't have to see that. But if you're going to show Kelli screaming, you might as well unmute the mic, unmute it, and let us hear what she's saying, in my opinion. Kelli's moving guilty because what has gotten to you so bad that you're screaming like that? I agree. This is actually sad. You said gonna have one with Kay. Watch what I tell you. If Kay wants to be credible, say who told her about the plot. I had to go back to Peacock. Someone said maybe no. I know because I rewatch. I always rewatch the episodes to get my notes perfect. Right. When I rewatched it on Peacock, it was still muted. It was still muted. So, I mean, maybe you might catch something, but I mean, I rewinded it to make, I rewound it to make sure I didn't miss anything, but no, they have it all, it's all mute. So, hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. Please correct me if I'm wrong to feel like this, but what does it matter if the baby's Shamia's sisters and Gerald's? It was conceived through medicine, not sex, and Shamia's raising it from birth, so why is it weird for her? Yeah, I thought the same thing popped in my head too, Dark Child. Hey, Miss Lee Carter, thank you for the super chat. This is the real reason she's mad at Porsha. I agree. Hey, Sweet Honey X, thank you for the super chat. Porsha just wants to check to clear. That's her only prerequisite. True, but I do think that she likes Sway a lot. I do. Hey, Dogchild99, thank you for the super chat. Brooke, go to settings and you will see talk to Siri. Click that and turn it off. Okay, I will because I'm tired. It's like she's like always turning on every time I say anything. She always goes off and it's getting on my nerves. And as you saw, like she literally scared me so bad in the middle of this recap. Hey, hey, Miss Dries, thank you for the super chat. Porsha has greater motivation to scheme and plot on other people in the group besides Kate. If Porsha was going to plot on somebody, it would be Shamia or Kelli. Who does Kimberly think she is? I agree. Hey, Shorty Doo-Wop, thank you for the super chat. This dinner is all Phaedra will bring this season. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not mad at it because I have to say, on Potomac, we don't get any dinners, no food, no nothing. We get half-eaten Popeyes, and we get some warm lemonade and a half-eaten donut, if you're lucky. So Phaedra's already met her quota. Hey, Side Dynasty, thank you for the super chat. If production told Kay to say that she was being plotted on, that she flopped in a way because shouldn't you not bring up the shouldn't you not bring production up? I agree. I think that K. Michelle is flopping in all the worst ways, every which way you look at it. Hey, Enigmatic, thank you for the super chat. Kay has all the energy for Drew, yet she's like a mouse when it comes to Porsha. Yes, who Kay has more issues with is giving scared. Oh, yeah, very much so. You can tell that she is afraid of Porsha, for sure. And she thinks that Drew is an easy target. And Drew is proving that she's not an easy target at all. And I love that. Hey, Miss Lee Carter, thank you for the super chat. Kay herself said she went on that show to make Cass and Gel. So why is she even trying to tie herself to him? She's like, yes, it's a contradiction. Yes, she did say that. Thank you. Hold on. Let's get into it, because the first episode, Kay did say that she only went on Queen's Court to make him jealous because she wanted him to marry her, and he didn't do it. So this whole thing about this ex, it wasn't even a real relationship. She only did it for Cassie to come around and marry her. That's it. So this whole thing makes no sense. You're right. Thank you, Miss Lee, for bringing that up. It's so true. Hey, M Love Black always. Thank you for the super chat. Kay doesn't want to admit or own that she came into the friendship with preconceived notion about P. I would too, but I would own it. Very true. She did. Hey, Candid but Sweet. Thank you for the super chat. And Kay thinks she's a bigger star than Drew, and she is not. Yes, that's the issue there. I think that when you think that you are bigger than you are, you have some problems. And I can name a lot of people who think that they're bigger than they are. And I feel like you already know who I'm thinking about, or what cast I'm thinking about. Yeah. When you think you're a bigger star than you are, you will always have issues. Always. I think that she did come into this thinking that she's a bigger star. Yeah. When you think you're a bigger star than you are, you're going to always, that's a very good point. Thank you, Candid but Sweet. Hey, M Love Black always. Thank you for the super chat. She's going to learn the hard way that she's not bigger than the program. Yes, Bravo, NBC Universal is very different from VH1. I am telling you what I know. Being a content creator and heavily in the Bravo, NBC family, like they invite me to things. NBC runs a tight shift, okay? That bob is tight. It's completely folded under, okay? In the words of Nene. They don't play over there. They do not play over there. When it comes to the interviews there, I told you guys the whole process when I interviewed Angel. Their PR person is sitting in on the interview. Like, you see how I'm talking to you guys on the live? Imagine if it would be like if I had Jameer or Biomist or Osmond or Ayana on the live, but they're not up on camera. If they were in the live, like they were behind the scenes, like watching, they have a PR person watching to make sure that you don't ask certain things. The way that I had to send in a list of questions, and they will approve or deny what to ask, what not to ask. You might need to reword that differently. I had a list of 40 questions. So like some of the questions were the same question, but I had to reword it in case they denied the other one that was worded a different way. Like they do not play. NBC plays no games. They dot every I and cross every T. Okay? They don't play that. They do not play that. And if you think that, and that's why it was so funny how there are people in my comments saying, oh, you went easy on her. I'm like, you don't understand how this whole process works, right? I had to be approved to even interview Angel. On top of that, I had to get the questions approved. Then if I were to go rogue, they would end the interview like that and I'd be blackballed. So it's like, no, you can't do whatever you want to do. You have to play the game, right? So when I saw the comments about, oh, Brooke, you went easy, it's like, you don't understand how this works at all. I'm not chopping it up with her like I'm on the street. This is this is work, okay? So no, yeah, I mean, they don't. They really don't play. They don't play. So you said, Brooke, so as a PR person, been with her while she's doing all these weird interviews lately. Wow. Oh, I mean, I think so. I'm pretty sure. I think that K Michelle is going rogue and just saying whatever. I'm pretty sure that her PR person is not approving her to say what she's saying right now. I think that K Michelle is probably going rogue if I had to guess. But yeah, no, NBC is very strict on, and it was funny because uh if you interview, let's say you interview a Bravo celebrity, like a housewife or another Bravo celebrity on another show, if they answer a question in a way that could maybe hurt them or hurt the show or hurt the brand or hurt NBC, the PR person will stop and say, "Hey, answer that again." Wait, they'll say, "Brooke, ask the question again," and then they'll have them answer it again. Say, "Don't say this, don't say that, answer it like that." So just a heads up. Yes, very much that. No, it's no, that's exact. No, they do not play. They do. Yes, honey. No, it's true, honey. You have a better chance fighting a bear than tussling with NBC or Amex. It's very true. I'm surprised Andy did not ask her about her interviews. I'm surprised too. I think that he's probably going to touch on that in at the reunion, if I had to guess. Yeah, Candace was fined a lot for her tweets. So listen, y'all. I just yeah, they don't play. Yes, exactly. People forget that you have to be professional in interviews. It's not a key with them on the street or at lunch. Yes, it's very true. No, it's very true. You can't you have to be very professional. You can't say like you obviously make it fun, but you can't like the way I was talking to Angel and what we were talking about at BravoCon, just me and her briefly is a lot different than how we were talking in that interview. Like we couldn't be as loose as you get what I'm saying? We were having a real key at BravoCon versus in that interview, it had to be by the book. So judging by how PR trained and put together Porsha is in interviews, I wonder if they offer training to longtime housewives. No, I think I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. So hey, Coconut 790. Sorry. Hey, Coconut 7998. Thank you for the super chat. One, the miscarriage comment. Two, the oysters not being clean. And Kay had an interview where an ex accused her of being unclean. Three, watching Porsha come at Kelli. She thinks it's intentional. She may not be correct, but she is convinced. But the whole thing with the oysters, though, I didn't think the oysters was about anybody. I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was just a silly joke. There is no way that you could think that the oysters was about you. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah. I think that Kay is just she's a little bit paranoid, I feel. But thank you for your point of view. I appreciate it. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. What did they put in K Michelle's teacup at that parlor that she, Kelli, and Porsha were at? Her mental was never the same after that episode and or the next. Geesh, Kelli and Porsha must have only had a sip. Well, yeah, she had somewhat Jack Daniels in her teacup. Hey, Chandler, thank you for the super chat. Kelli is such a flop housewife. Boring scenes, dresses like a circus clown, tired reads, looking like a nightmare before Christmas, no money. Oh my gosh. Hey, Chandler, thank you for the super chat. Also bought a meet and greet ticket. I can't wait. Oh yeah, I'm so happy to hear this. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. Now hold on. Dark Child, before I forget, before we get off I get off this live. You said wait, hold on. You said, hey, everybody, bye, everybody. I just wanted to speak. Y'all be on live too long for me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. God forbid I want to entertain the people. Well, I'm glad that you get a good key when you watch the replay. My goodness. I'm screaming. Oh, no, that comment had me screaming. Oh my goodness. I am screaming, honey. Tracy said it's too much. No, guys, it's okay. No, I thought it was all in good fun, y'all. It's all in good fun. Well, you know what? It's funny now, Tracy, I'm gonna say this though, Tracy. Summer is here. You know, I'm out, I'm outside. So when these lives start being, because last week on Thursday, that live was only an hour 15 and y'all were upset. So when the lives start getting to, because summer is here. So don't be surprised if these Atlanta recaps and the Rhode Island recaps are only an hour 20, hour 30. So be careful what you wish for, Tracy, because you're going to get it this summer. It's going to be hour and a half. So don't listen, honey, you better savor the remainder of these 2.5 hour lives, because they're going to be wrapped up swiftly real soon. So, and honey, enjoy it while you can, honey, because from now till September, it's going to be an hour and a half. Honey, summer is here. Please. Hey, Miss Lee Carter, thank you for the super chat. That t-shirt, what's she going to wear next? Some PJs? A mess. Oh, my goodness. Yes, honey, I'm about to have a timer on the screen. Exactly. You said, guys, please don't push Brooke into going back to pre-recorded. Oh, no, I'm not. No, pre-recordeds take too much time because you're editing for such a long time. I mean, a 50-minute video would take me like 12 hours to edit. So no, the pre-recordeds take longer. So no, don't worry. But don't worry about that. But these lives are going to be cut down, and it's going to be an hour and a half going forward, though. So just, you said, hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Yes, honey, it's my time. You better know me, honey. You better know me. Now, hold on. Dark Child, you asked me about the difference between net 30, net 60, and net 90. So when it's net 60 or net 90, the brand usually wants to track the growth. They want to track how many eyeballs you got on the video with the ad read. So let's say that the target is 50,000 viewers and 20,000 listeners on your podcast that are going to listen and watch the ad read, right? In that particular video. They know that it might take a little longer than 30 days for that view count to happen. So that's why they'll do a net 60 or net 90. Now, as for me, yeah, net 60 is pushing it. Net 60 is pushing it. If I'm doing net 90, that means that I got a deposit up front. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that it's crazy how brands want to pay you 90 days out. You do the ad, you get to wait 90 days to get your payment. No. Yeah, no. So just a heads up when it comes to, that's just like some behind the scenes of what it's like to be a content creator. You get paid net 30, net 60, net 90. Okay. I can do net 60 at the most, but generally speaking, net 30, but yeah, net 60 is like, that's okay. Like, all right. So yeah, honey. So yeah, that was my recap for Atlanta. So I will say this. You said, child, give me net 1. Okay. If you do a net 60 or net 90, you can negotiate to get half of the payment up front and then wait yeah. So you can negotiate. Give me that net right now. Hey, net instant. Well, I'm going to need net next week. Okay. Hey, Dark Child, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the elaboration, Brooke, and remembering to answer my question. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. That's why it helps. But that's why it helps. That's why it helps if you come from a family with means. So it's like, okay, I mean, yes, it's annoying, but you're not going to, bills are still going to get paid because you still have family help. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I always let people know, if you want to do this, I would advise that you have some money saved or you come from a family that has some means, because if everything is contingent on every single paycheck and you might be getting net 60 or net 30 is a long time to wait. So I just, that's another thing to think about when people make comments about, oh, why does it seem like content creators and influencers come from wealthy families? It's because of things like that. Your family's able to help you while you're waiting on checks. So just something to think about. Okay. You can only love us when it's cold. I mean, you're always in my heart. Okay. You guys are always in my heart. But in the summertime, that's my time to shine. Oh my gosh. Are we not getting the after show for Atlanta? Oh, that's a good question. We should be getting an after show. Oh my God. It seems too late to start the after show now. Well, that's when you threaten legal action. I have some stories about that. I have story. Yeah, that's when you threaten legal action. Yeah, you got to threaten legal action to get your money. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. If you want more than an hour with me this summer, come to the live show. That's right, honey. Now, listen, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Let me drop the link. If you have not gotten your live show tickets yet and you want to get them, hold on. You said conditional love, honey. Don't do me, friend. All right, y'all. So that is the link. If you want to purchase your live show tickets, it's going to be July 17th, Friday at 9:30 p.m. at the Green Room 42. If you're unable to make it, you can still catch the show on the live stream. The live stream tickets are available for purchase as well. Okay. I mean, I do. I'm not somebody where I turn down a lot of things there are a lot of brands that I turn down because I'm not going to peddle stuff that I'm not going to use. So I know I do, like, the brands that I work with, I use them, wear them. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to peddle. Like, listen, with all that's going on in the world, I'm not going to sit up there and peddle something that I don't use myself. So use of love, in fact, is conditional. Okay, you better let them know. Let them know, Nikki. Let them know. I would love to see you in Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago down, honey. I love Chicago. I'll get my web ticket. Yeah, no, they're going fast, y'all. They are going fast. Yes, honey. Summer is Brooke's sweetheart right now. Then we locked in during fall and winter. Thank you, friend. You better know. You better know my schedule. Bio Miss, I'm screaming. I wonder if Kenya Moore uses that cash thing she promotes. Now, are there people who are peddling products to their subscribers, fans, and not using them? Of course. But no, I don't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I would love to have a live show in Hawaii. Yes, you live in Hawaii. Yes, come on, Jesse. Come on, Jesse. Jesse, now you better show up. I want to see your saddlebag. Yes, honey. We're gonna high five and show our saddlebags. Oh, I love it. Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait to meet y'all. Yes, we are right here. I'll be there for Chicago. Gonna have the girls shocked and be ready for my photo op. Yes, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I need Shaq's agent. Shaq, he is like everywhere. Every Home Depot ads, that low cost insurance, the General. He does Icy Hot. He does like everything. Oh my gosh, I am screaming. I am yelling so hard. Oh my gosh, I am screaming. Jesse, please. You said show your hats. So yes, the General Insurance. Literally, Jesse, I am screaming. Literally. Oh my goodness, you guys are so. You guys are so funny. Oh my goodness. Y'all are hilarious today. Oh my gosh. He does Epson printers. Oh, he does printers now? He sold his rights out of college. He's trying to make it for lost time. I heard that Shaq hasn't been able to touch his NBA money because of his endorsements. Oh wow. Oh yes, Papa John's pizza. Yes. Shaq's on every commercial that comes on between Jerry Springer, Maury, and repeats of Law and Order. Yes, he is. Yes, like especially like in the talk during the talk shows in the morning. He's always like when I'm at the gym, like he's always on every commercial in the morning. Every commercial. And then he owns like 400 Five Guys franchises. You guys, you are so funny. You guys better stop it. Yeah, he's sitting on money. No, I will say, yes, thank you, Jimmy. He's the Gold Bond commercial. And also, he is, when I tell you, I want to bump into Shaq while I'm shopping. Cause like he does this thing where if he's at the same store that you're at, he'll pay for everybody. I'm like, let me bump into Shaq at a Neiman Marcus, at a Saks. What? I need to bump into Shaq when I'm at Neiman's, Saks, Bloomingdale's, Bergdorf Goodman, Gucci, Chanel. Bump into me there. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that coin is long, honey. He has a line of office chairs too. Wow, the more you know. And he does the halftime show with Charles Barkley, and the other basketball player Kenny Smith on ESPN. He gets paid like $20 million for that. Shaq's money is long. If he's not a billionaire yet, I'm surprised. Just Sally, he's a serial cheater, car dealer as well. Yes. Let me bump into Shaq at the dealership. BMW, Mercedes, Range Rover, Audi. What? Let me bump into him at the dealership, please. Amex Platinum is stopping their benefit with Saks starting July 1st. Oh, that's fine. I used the first benefit in February. Wait, is July 1st? I already used the first half because I used it already in February. And you know what is in Amex, if you're watching Amex Platinum, if you're watching this, I feel like the Saks credit should have been higher than $50, every 6 months. It should have been $150, in my opinion. Because what's $50 off of thousands of dollars? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's nice to know. I'm not gonna knock it, but it should be more than $50. It should be. If you go to Saks and buy like a candle, fine. But like if you're buying shoes, a purse, clothes, and you're spending $50 off of that, that's you guys, I'm sorry. The membership fee, you can up that Saks credit. I'm just saying. How's the credit higher for Lululemon than Saks? Yes, I agree. Exactly. Lululemon credit is what, 75 or 100? They say here's a high five and that's it. Amex lady, are you here? Not even a crisp high five. That's less than tax in most states. Shaq's not going to Neiman Marcus. He's too large and in charge. Listen, you never know. He might go. Get a pair of some custom size Louboutins and a size 23. That's not even the taxes, okay? Will I be tuning into Love Island this year? I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it. Yes, I'm gonna look at it. I feel like my heart, it will always be with season 6 and 7 with Janae and Serena and Leah and then Olandria. So I'm like, those are my girls. You know what I'm saying? Did that Amex lady ever come back? Yes. Okay. Yes, you're right. 75 a quarter. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's and the Resi credit is $100 a quarter. So I'm like, the SAX credit could have been a lot more. $50 for twice a year. That's very low to me. When I tell you that comment blew me away. Exactly. Yeah. It very much. It very much. It did give that here. Damn. Very much so. Yes, they're still together. Brooke, you'll lose. I like Love Island. I think I like the show. You know, I don't know if I'll watch. I don't know if I'll watch faithfully this season, but I'm rooting for all the Black girls who are on the show this season. Brooke is Amex customer service. Oh yes, we'll talk about the seating chart for Rhode Island in the Rhode Island live. Now, y'all, Rhode Island, that live is probably going to be in the like late afternoon. If Rhode Island isn't up tomorrow, we'll do it on Wednesday, okay? So let me see if I can move things around. But yes, I'm gonna end today's live here, y'all. I hope y'all had a good time with me. I had a great time as always. And I will see you all for Rhode Island either tomorrow afternoon or early Wednesday, okay? All right. But guys, love y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you all for Rhode Island. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you all for joining me. And we had a nice chat. No fights, no arguments. God is good. So have a great night, y'all.